Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hey, welcome to my live. This is Mizzle 14. Mizzle Talks live review today. We're going to have some things to talk about. Last week was Memorial Weekend, so we know we all wasn't on live, so I miss y'all. So I feel like it's been so long since I've been on live, but it was just only a week away. So it was like, yeah, I enjoyed myself. So hopefully y'all had enjoyed your holiday week. And let's get back into the groove. Y'all know it's the summertime. I know it's getting warmer now. Like in New York, it's around 80 and 90s or something. And it's like, yeah, it's a lot. So welcome. So I'm just welcome people to come in. This is my first time I'm stream living through YouTube and Facebook. So I'm trying to test it out and see how it goes, what the viewership is and everything. Because maybe you never know. Maybe some people might end up watching the Facebook Live and want to start going on my channel and watching my YouTube lives and my YouTube videos as well. So welcome, join in. I'm trying to wait for my co-host Tracy to come in as well. And jump right into it. So I know it's a good day. Hope everybody enjoyed a Sunday, because I know I'm enjoying myself on Sunday. It's a good day. I'm going to do sunless. I stepped outside a little bit earlier today, and enjoying a little bit of the sun. Hey, CM, how you doing? It's like I miss you. It's like it's been a while. Hey, fam. It's just been like a while. I missed you the last time we did live, everything. Yeah. Because my last on the pre-memorial live, you wasn't on that. I said, "Where happened to my CM?" I don't know, she was cutting up with us. But I post the link on it so you can watch it and everything. Yeah, I publicized the last live, the pre-memorial live, so it's good. But you know, they still ain't monetized. I think it was so many music, which I knew that was gonna happen, but it was okay. I ain't care for it. But the pre-Independence Day live will not have no music, but we just gonna have Ty. I've been sleeping the traveling the past 2 weekends. Oh, okay, I feel you. Okay, yes, you need that rest. I feel you. I know. Traveling and sleeping on, yes. So it's up there, so you can catch the replay if you haven't. It had a good time and everything, and yeah, it was enjoying it. So when we do a pre-Independence Day live, it will be kind of similar to the pre-memorial. It just won't be no music, so I can monetize it, and we just have games, talk, chit chat, have a good time, enjoy ourselves. All right, so little announcements, and I'll announce a little announcement change that's gonna be on my channel. And also upcoming shows and videos that's gonna do. Upcoming shows that's coming out that I might review. No, I probably will review, because I need to go back to how I was in the beginning of my channel. I was doing a lot of reviews. That's how Auntie Momo got inspired to do hers, because she's been watching me for doing my reviews. And I slowed down to a lot of reviews because of time, and also I was like, a lot of people wasn't watching a lot of the content I was reviewing and everything. But I need to get back into it, because I say even though, and I got inspired from one of the YouTubers that I have been watching. She said even though she hasn't, like when she first started, she was just putting out videos, even though people were watching them. But that's how you get the exposure. So I got to go back to that kind of group and put out more videos and just make the time for everything I need to do. Not just that, but also play my game and all stuff like that, enjoy my life. So it will come. It will come. Like with the BET Encore coming. Yes, I need to review that. I'm gonna put a ring on it when it's coming back out this month. I might do like an overall live review of posts, probably on my Instagram live, and y'all follow my Instagram, and do some more things, and we're gonna talk about that. But the change I said I was gonna make is that Social Mizzle Corner was on Mondays. I'm changing that, and I'm putting it on Sundays at 4 o'clock as well. But what I'm gonna do is that Mizzle Talk and Social Mizzle Corner and Mizzle Social Corner will be alternating week by week. So this week will be Mizzle Talk, and next Sunday at 4 will be Mizzle Social Corner, and then we're gonna alternate back that. The reason why I'm making that change is because Sundays have been more of my most viewed days, and most people come on my Sunday lives than my Monday lives. So, and also I'm still more small YouTuber. So when I start getting a bigger crowd, maybe I'll go back into do a little lives 2 days a week. But to this time, I'm gonna keep it on a 1 day a week and continue on with that, because I do see like a lot of people have a lot of time to come on my Sundays, and I really appreciate that. Y'all can do anything else, but y'all here with me. And also, I like the conversation we have on when we do my lives on the Sunday time. So I'd rather do that. So next week will be Mr. Social Corner at 4 o'clock. So every Sunday we will have either Mizzle Talk or Mr. Social Corner, and we gonna keep rotating that. And I leave my Mondays open for any collabs. We'll probably go Auntie Momo and some other people in the channel panel, because we might do something like that. Hey Takora, what's going on? Hey, how you been? That's how it work. And that's that. So Mr. Social Corner and Mizzle Talks will both be on Sundays at 4 o'clock, and I just will alternate week by week basis, because I know some of y'all got things and opinions and viewpoints of some of the topics I talk about, but some of y'all can't make it on the Mondays live. So if y'all mostly here on Sundays, why not just going on Sundays? And when I get a bigger crowd, then I may do back to 2 days a week. But so you ain't get notified? Dakota, I be posting it up. Like, I know you follow me on social media, so I always post my videos of my live coming up beforehand on Twitter and Instagram. And I also, if you follow me on Facebook too, I'm starting streaming with the Facebook crowd too. So the Facebook people is watching as well at YouTube. So hopefully we get comments. So next live is next Sunday. My live is always Sundays at 4 o'clock. And what I do, I always post my live, coming live in advance. So usually probably do it on Saturday night or Sunday morning. Yeah. And I post it hours in advance, and then I'll share it so people will know to be notified and know it's coming. All right. So yes, the update is Social Mizzle Corner and Mizzle Talks will both. Oh, when I say that, Mizzle Social Corner and Mizzle Talk will both be on Sundays at 4 o'clock. Okay. So next week will be Mr. Social Corner, and we will talk about traditional men and women and modern, traditional versus modern men and women. So that's what it'll be. All right. Hey, Coles. Hey, Tracy. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, it's like we've been a while. We didn't see each other.
I know.
Yes, everything. So I just announced to the crowd, and also I told this is the first time I'm streaming with Facebook as well. So maybe some people in Facebook might comment and pop up on the stream and make comments and stuff like that. So it's streaming on YouTube and Facebook. So we'll see how that goes. And I just announced that Mr. Social Corner will be on Sundays, just like Mr. Talk. It'll be alternating week by week basis. So next week will be Mr. Social Corner, and we'll talk about the traditional and modern men and women. So that will be next Sunday. All right. And also I say that a lot of people be on my Sunday lives, and more people interact on that than on Mondays. So oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Takora. You know, you always come through. Thank you. I love it. All right. So let's do the Tracy. Takora say hey.
Hey.
Let's do shows updates. Okay, y'all know I have that ready for y'all. All right. Can y'all see it? I know it's big enough anyway. So let me see. All right.
Baddies ATL.
Is it baddie ATLs or baddie something? I forgot. I think it's baddies. Baddies. All right. So shows update current and upcoming. So y'all know Johnson Cabaret is still showing. It's the season 2 on Zeus app. So it's come on every Sundays. And the season 1 is coming on WeTV every Thursdays. I have been quoting it, but I haven't been watching it. I think it's finished now because it was only 7 episodes or something. So I could go back and watch them. Baddies, y'all know that's like the Bad Girls Club grown up edition, basically. Yes. And Zeus app with Tanisha and Natalie Nunn and Sarah and some of the other girls that we grew up watching. And they on there. And what day they come on? It's on Mondays or on Sundays as well. Yes. I watched the new app I do Auntie Momo. She shared her link with me, so I go watch it. But I forgot what days the new episodes on. Sundays or Mondays. I think one of those two. I'm going back.
Not sure. Let me look it up.
Okay. CM said, "Oh no, tragic baddies." Yeah, I ain't get to watch it yet, but I saw a clip of Tanisha and Natalie arguing back and forth with each other. So I said, "Oh Lord." Let's see. David's Next Man is a show on. This is the second season. The first season was good. That was when he was younger, and it was like a kind of deep, emotional type of kind of show when a boy he's becoming a man, but going through obstacles by having visions of somebody in the past and trying to show him the ropes and stuff like that. So it was good. Felicia Rashad was on it, and it was some good acting in that show. But it got you thinking. And now the season 2 will be him growing up. He's a grown-up man. So it was better on Instagram Live. Oh yeah, they were cutting up for Instagram. Yes. So that start June 22nd on. So I will watch it, and maybe we'll talk about it here and there on my Sunday Live. I probably won't do no recorded version on that because it's so deep, and I can't want to be catching on the notes. I just want to watch it, watch some notes, and just talk about it a little bit. All right, let's see. MTV Catfish, y'all know I'll be doing my reviews on that. So it's on every Tuesday on MTV season 9, and no, it's still season 8. It's not season 9. It's still continuing with season 8. And a couple episodes hasn't been on that great to me. I don't know what's going on. And it was just so dry. Even up to the moment, I myself be saying the same thing. We doing reviews, but it's like 1 or 2 of them that was really good. But the other ones was like, oh my gosh.
You mean because the catfish wasn't a catfish and they actually found love? That makes it dry? Dang.
You made me a mod. Yes, because I made you a mod. Yes.
Let them folks find love too.
Yes. But it has been kind of dry. But we're still doing reviews because it's dark. We're still watching no reviews and everything. So MTV Catfish is still a success review on my channel. Pose tonight is the last episode of Pose. And I know I told you I was gonna do a weekly review on it, but I watched it, but I just wanted to enjoy it. I didn't want to write notes and stuff like that and just talk about it. So after tonight, probably tomorrow, since I'm not doing the Mr. Structure Corner on Mondays anymore, tomorrow, probably on Instagram, we'll talk about it. So if y'all follow me on Instagram, let's chat up about Pose. And after, brother, I don't know, because I'm ready to give a catfish a big name. And Big Bertha, she is still the top lane of catfish to me. Big Bertha, she came in fighting and blazing. And then Cammy, that was the first time Cammy was on with me. And she came out to Cammy too. She said, no, everybody get the smoke. And I said, I like Big Bertha. You better get it. But Cammy hold her own. That's what we all going to love Cammy too. Because she said, bop, bop, bitch. Don't try to play with me. All right. And she came on twice. They still ain't think about it, but we ain't had nobody like Big Bertha like that. We did have a guy version, but he would be really rude, but he ain't come compared close to Big Bertha yet. So we'll see. I'm waiting for that thing. But we did have a good one with that D Pippin, that guy. He was a very elaborate plan that he did with D Pippin and stuff like that. But that was a good episode. And that was one of my best episodes I like. It was another one, but I forgot the other one. So. But and the last one they did was a good episode, but it was kind of boring. I was sitting there watching. I said, yes, it was a nice, happy ending, but I was like, okay. And coming home from work, and I get home 11:30 into 12 o'clock midnight, and I had to sit there and watch the episode, and I was like, oh, okay.
You didn't want the catfish to find love. Oh.
The catfish, yes. And he wasn't a bad guy. He was a rude eater. So it was like, okay. It was nice. So it was a nice, happy ending. And she was happy. So hopefully things work out for those two. And I'm happy for that. But at the same time, it's like the boy was kind of for me.
Socially awkward people need love too, Mizzle. Yes. Socially awkward people need love too.
Everybody need love. Everybody need love. Oh. All right. So Pose. Like I said, tonight will be the last two. I think the last 2 episodes was a 2-hour finale. And tomorrow, Instagram, I'm going to get on Instagram Live. probably around 6, 7, something whatever time people go for work, and we just chatted up about live everything, the whole season from start to finish, and we'll talk about it. So we could talk about that. Wonder World is on Stars. It's on now on Sundays. And Wonder World is good. It's about 4 females, like a mixture of Sex and the City, mixture of living single, mixture of girlfriends, all that together. Every one of the characters have a depth to them, and they have storylines. And it's not just focused on one lady. And I like that all interact with each other, but also have their own individual stories. And they do a good enough job packing a storyline in 30 minutes of each episode, so we're not bored, because we was like, I don't feel like no episode so far is a filler, because every episode give us something that we need, and it's like, oh my god, we need to, I'm can't wait for more. And I ain't watched the last episode yet, but I will watch it, and I think at the 4th episode I will do a review on it, and trying to give them this like that, and I'll do a recorded review, and then we can talk about it on my live next time we do Mizzle Talks. Okay, Bigger's on it's season 2 on BET Plus. I mean, if you didn't watch Bigger was basically a girl who was very unsatisfied with her marriage, and it wasn't like he was a bad guy, just like she was not satisfied in bed with him. Basically, he was kind of boring in the bedroom, so like that. So she wanted more excitement, and also she was her own businesswoman and all that stuff, and she found a guy that could knock her box out and everything, and then she's worried about things that are going on. And at the end, the guy feel like that this is not a good match, so that is season 2. So I want to see how that goes, how to continue. It was fun. It was a good, funny season 1. So y'all enjoy that. Real Housewives of Potomac is coming back in July 7th. Oh no, July 11th on Bravo TV. This is 6th season, and we got a new housewife for Mia, and we don't know who's the friend. I think she a friend to Karen. They say it was Ashley, but I think it's a friend to Karen, and we'll see how that goes, because she like she goes to hold her own as well, and she might cut up.
They got a new friend of the show too, Robin friend. I don't know the girl name. I can't pronounce her name, but there's another girl. She's not a housewife though. She's just a friend of the show, but she's Robin's friend.
Oh, all right. Yes, okay. And I saw the super trailer too, so maybe when it get close to July, probably do a little review of the super trailer and talk about some of the ladies and what's going on with their storyline. I mean, the letters throwing Mia and Candace throwing the letters at each other, I said, y'all need to stop. But everything else, we'll see how that goes, because we say, oh Lord, we know that the fans gonna be going at it tonight. I said, we can't have it like from last season. So I'm just gonna review it and just review it. That's it. Legendary.
You're not sad that Giselle announced that her and Jamal are not together anymore?
Oh,
you're not heartbroken and devastated?
I was happy. I was happy because I was like, we all knew that was not going to last anyway, so I don't know why people play us like that.
Oh, okay. I just had to ask, like, you weren't heartbroken and devastated, buddy? You wasn't like, oh my gosh. I was like, but when did y'all really get back together, though? Like, was y'all ever really back together? Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, she's had a big forehead looking like couple can go. Oh, snap. See him? Oh, she be looking so it's a big forehead.
Listen, I will say this right now, that I refuse to talk about Michael Booty Grabbing Darby. I refuse.
Yes, right.
I refuse. I'm sorry. I will. If you review the season and we talk about it together, I will skip over any part that has him in it, because it's not fair that he is able to touch boys, men like that. It's not okay.
I didn't like that.
It's Pride Month, motherfucker. It's not okay. It is not okay for you to be able to grab cameramen. Mm-hmm. That's just wrong. You shouldn't still be on the show. But I'm here to drag Ashley and all her mess, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Her and her push babies.
And now she got kids now. We'll see how she gonna be acting this season.
Now listen, I ain't mad at her about pushing out her push babies. Her push babies are her gifts.
That's
data millions that keep on giving. I mean, girl, listen, 2021. Listen, get the bag. However you got to secure the bag. That's what you got to do. If you got to push out 2 babies, push them out, girl. Secure your bag.
Yeah.
Secure it.
It's I want someone to pop him. Chris B was so close. Yes, Chris B Bassett was so close to hitting freaking Michael, but you know he played that. Oh my God, he's after me, he's after me. I'm so, oh my gosh, shut up. Sure. Chris could be he was in his corner, minding his own business, looking good at what he is, and then you go walk up to him. I said, girl.
Listen, y'all know that he was very upset that Juan got engaged.
Yes, he was.
He was very upset. Okay,
He said, not my man.
he would never.
Oh, y'all, I thought I bought an orphan coming in.
He was ready to fight. Like he was mad. But does anyone else find it funny that Robin didn't get married this season? Like,
yeah, I was like, what's going on? She said, pandemic. I said, no, you could do a small little wing. You don't need no big winner like everybody else trying to do. No, you do a small little one and get married to your man. Stop playing. I know everybody fantasize these big weddings like that. I mean, I know it's nice.
Why do they need a big wedding? They already had a big wedding. They was already married once before.
For real.
I mean, they could do a nice, good, 25 guests. Call it a day.
Mm-hmm. For real.
I mean, if Karen could get a vow renewal, why can't Robin get a wedding?
That's what I'm saying.
I guess one got money and the other one don't. I guess. I mean, shoot.
For real. Yeah, he was definitely mad. All right, so Legendary. It's a competition, a ballroom competition of different houses. It's on Thursday on HBO Max. It's really good. I'm enjoying it. And it's something entertainment. I won't review it. It's just that I just enjoy watching it because I like to see how the different houses compete with for the grand prize. Last season, the House of Balmain won. So we'll see how this season will be. I also like that Golden knows the Real Housewife court marriage on the show is a no-go. Oh, snap. She said, nah, I'm like broke as it is. Y'all ain't trying to mess with me now.
Even if Robin wasn't on that show, I don't think Juan would marry her. At all.
That's there, right?
Not at all. Not at all.
Yes.
Juan would never. Booty Grabber wouldn't allow him to do it. He'd have lost his mind. I think he'd have stopped floating him money because that's what I really think that is. But that's allegedly. That's just my thought. I really think that Michael is giving him money. So that's just my thought.
Well, P Valley is coming back. Season 2 is commencing in October. So I guess hopefully they finish wrapping production or they filming now. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm ready to see how the continuation of the story will be. Grown Up Hip Hop, yes, I'm watching it and I am enjoying it. So it's on Thursdays on WeTV. And we will talk about next time we're on Mizzle Talk. It's not next week, the following week. We will talk about Grown Up Hip Hop and everything that happened so far. So we'll talk about Twister, we're going to talk about Sam. Yes, he's a little annoying. He's very too much. And we'll talk about him. Pepper.
He's a little annoying?
Yes, really? He's really annoying. He is really annoying. And so like that. And he's very lucid and very entitled because he's associated with Pepper and Egypt. Now, the beef between TT and Egypt and stuff like that and how that go down. We'll talk about that. Pep hang around with all these young kids. I said, you got nobody in your age group, girl. I said, it's like, what is this? It's like, we gonna have a grown-up party. Where's all these young kids in your party for? You in your 40s. It's like that. And yeah, well in your 40s, going to your 50s, and you got all these young sisters. Don't give me all your daughter and something like that can be there. But all these young things with kids, whatever.
You know what? I was missing. Where was the mix? Like, I get it. You're shooting a you're shooting a show, a scene for the show. I get it. Where was the mix? Where was your friends in your age range? Where were they at? Where was the mix? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, I get it. You invite your castmates to your party, or maybe this was a party just for the show.
Yes. Yeah.
And they had an actual party
for her
separate from that.
Yeah,
so okay. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I'm trying.
They look like.
I'm trying.
And you say you like her. You talk about you like Robin, or you talk about Pep. Who you like, Takola? Yes, Twister, his comment about the drawers and stuff like that. I have my little things about it. I will say that I don't think he's too homophobic because based on his beef with Sam, at the same time, I feel like he was drawn too much into that. And I say, you need to let that go. Like, why are you so pressed about that? Because everybody was all like, JoJo had beef with Sam, and he only talked about the beef that you had. You have beef when I need to watch the clip that you showed me, Tracy. And but at the same time, you keep zooming like, oh no, we gotta talk about that draw stuff. We gotta talk about that. That's why we need to talk about that. What? You don't like him, you don't like him. Move on. Let's move on. It's like that. And Pep trying to have that sit down with him. I said, girl, leave it alone. I mean, he's not changing his mind. I don't think what you gonna do is change his mind. And I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too saying he's. Only thing I would agree if he will be homophobic, they have another gay person in the class, and he acts the same way as that person as well. Then I said, oh, okay, Twister, you do twist, little twist, you do too much. But I won't say he completely. But I do say he's kind of slight if he keeps zooming in and out of freaking thing. But I will pair to that because he doesn't like Sam. I would say that. So that's probably more fueling why he's going ham on him. So like that. And it seems like a lot of people don't like Sam. So I understand a lot of people just racking on Sam like he's nobody because Sam does act like he's the bomb and everything. And it is what it is. If Egypt love him, whatever. I'm Giselle not happy. Not happy, that's fine. Oh, okay. Giselle, she's not what? Let's see. Giselle.
Oh, so Robin not having a wedding because Giselle not happy.
Oh,
that's real. That's real cute. That's real cute. That's real cute. That's real cute.
Twisty.
Who else gonna stop their relationship for somebody else? But okay, girl.
I'll say it. Twist seems to be anti-Sam, and didn't Sam talk about his fashion? Yes,
he did.
I did see that.
Sam definitely did.
Beef, because I said maybe that beef is because he doesn't like Sam, so that's why I say I won't say he's too homophobic. But I did say like how you coming into the thing that drawers. I said let it go. I was like, we understand. You don't like it. It is what it is.
I mean, Sam does have a point because if you watch even like these last couple episodes, Twist has a very interesting and unique sense of fashion. Like he is very unique in his fashion choices. And last season, Sam did rag on what Twist wears and things like that. So I, especially if I don't like you, I guess what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You
that's what I say.
You kept on about mine. But
going back and forth.
I'll say this right here. I think almost every person on that cast outside of Pep, Tyran, and Egypt has had some sort of disagreement, fallout, argument, or dislike with Sam.
See?
Like everybody can't be wrong. Like everybody can't be wrong now, sir.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can't. Now, come on, everybody can't be the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it is the issue that people don't like Sam and they're coming after him. So Sam, you need to calm yourself down. It's like that's what it is. It's like that. But I'm enjoying the season. I'm very enjoying the season. We'll talk about it next time.
So do you like it better than Atlanta?
Oh yeah.
You like it better than Growing Up?
Yeah, it's definitely better than Atlanta. Atlanta, after a while, we were talking about it, then we stopped talking about it because I was like,
dry boots.
Yeah. Thailand too. Yeah. Ready to Love season 4. I think it's about to finish because Put a Ring on It is coming back out, and it's on June 23rd. We will talk about Put a Ring on It because we talk about a little bit of the cast. So stay tuned to that later on this live, y'all. We'll talk about that. Ready to Love is about to be ended soon, and we will have a reunion. It should be a reunion because they had a reunion ever since. So we'll talk about that. And some of the people, as of right now, I don't think nobody should be together. I don't think nobody gonna work together and everything. I mean, some people we thought we were gonna be solidified. They show their whole behind. People this is that. I said, what is going on here? I said, oh my gosh. Even some of the one I did like, I said, oh no, I don't like what you did. That's messed up. Like Joel, he's one of them. We've been on him too. So we'll talk about Ready to Love and everything. Yes, New York is better than Atlanta. Yeah, I do agree. The first couple episodes I watched on Global Hip Hop, and New York is better. And you know what's funny? It's like they in LA, New York, and stuff like that. So what's the main central city in that show? LA,
So
right?
this one is LA. The one that we're watching now is technically out of LA. New York has a different cast, but New York's cast is still good. New York's cast is still better than Atlanta. New York is Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, Ja Rule's kids, Irv's kids, like, you know, Messi Medina, like that's theirs. And New York is still better than Atlanta. Atlanta is just like it's like the filler season. It's like the filler show. Like, oh, we just need something to come on. We'll just throw this on.
Yeah.
But I do like how they fly. And I guess if your family really comes for money, it would be no point. It would be no difference for you to fly all over the place to do stuff. That makes sense, right? Like,
that makes sense. Yeah,
you got it like that. You might as well fly all over.
It's not that long. It's not that far. Not that long either. So. Let me see, Ready to Love. So yeah, some of the people in this Ready to Love, and Ready to Love will be the last thing we will talk about in this live, and I can't with some of these people. I can't. Married to Medicine, I haven't been watching a season like that. I recorded it. I will watch it, and if the reunion's coming, they show the looks of reunion. So we'll talk about that when I finally watch the damn thing, and we talk about it, but. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it to the reunion. Say, hey, whatever. BET presents the Encore. It's coming out this Wednesday, y'all. And this is the one we talked about it last time in our pre-memorial live. Is that it's a super group that Carlos King put together, and he produced the show. And they have 9 girls who used to be the former girl members, except for one of them was a single artist. And they're coming together to form a super group. Now, I really don't care about this large K-pop-ish type of group and everything, because it seemed like it will be one person going to be doing only most of the singing and everything, unless they give each girl they sign. But it's going to be a drama. We saw the trailer a little bit about it, and it seemed like somebody is going to be producing, somebody is going to be doing some writing, but they all going to be performing. But somebody is going to do. People going to have different things in their group, so it's going to be good. It should be good. I mean, Carlos King usually doesn't disappoint in the drama factor in the shows that he put together. And they had 30 days to record an album. So I want to see how it is. And the people who go be on it is Pam from Total, Keely for 3LW, Aubrey for Danny Kane, 2 girls for 702, 2 girls from Cherish, and we have Samari from Black, and we have Nivea, who's a single artist who will be part of the group as well. So we're gonna see how that goes. I mean, a lot of these girls have been out for the limelight for a while now, so we'll see what's going on. And it seemed like one part Kitty said, maybe I should go. I said, yes, you should go, because you broke too many promises, and we don't want to see you in the show anymore. So you should go there, girl. Shit, you act like you with the Itch Bob and Notori and Andrea doing better than you right now. So it's like, what are you doing, girl? So you need to humble yourself in this experience so you get yourself back in the limelight. So it's this Wednesday, and I will talk about it. So probably I'll do a review on that too, because like I said, I'm beginners live. I want to try to do more reviews like I used to be doing before. So, and last but not least, and we will talk about that and this live. It's Put a Ring on it. Season 2 is coming out June 25th on Fridays. And the last season disappointed me because I said, listen, some people just say no, but everybody say yes. And even now that we find an update, a lot of them is not together anyway. So it was like, I know Hollywood and Ashley split. I think Shay and Michael split. I think. I'm not sure, but I will check it up. And I don't know about Tamika and what's his name? Whatever. I
don't know these people. I've never watched this show. I'm going to watch it this season.
Yes.
And I'm going to have a prediction at the very first episode. I got a prediction. Let's see if it comes true.
And when we talk about the music cast, we're going to say, what? We definitely want to tune in and see how they're going. And yes, because I said everybody say yes. And if y'all know Put a Ring on it, Put a Ring on it was 3 couples. It was 3 couples that went on the show. They signed up for the show. And basically they sit down with a therapist. What's her name? We'll get her name. I'll get the thing, get her name. And she basically sat down with them and helped them with their relationship, individualized and also as a couple. And during the process, they go on dates, and the dates probably help them find themselves, or maybe help them think about their own relationships, what's going on. My critique about that thing is about the dates is a lot of them was not putting the effort or putting their whole heart into these dates because they know at the end of the day they're going back home with this person. But I said y'all both shine on the show, so just do it out, and then if you'll make it back to each other, like last season they all say yes to each other, make it back with each other, then you make it back with each other. For me, Ashley say yes to Hollywood because she didn't want to embarrass him because his ego too fragile. So he would have been hurt if she would have said no in national television because the way how he is, how he carries himself. So she did that to save Grace. Even in the reunion, she was sitting there acting like she wasn't too happy with her being with Hollywood. So, but they split, so they're not together anymore right now. So that's the format of the show. So I want these couples to really go in and get into the process, but also work on their own individual relationship and also individual selves. And let's see. And I want it to be shake up. I want somebody to say no at the end. I want somebody to say yes, or maybe they do work it out. And somebody say, you know what? One of the dates that I'm gravitating towards, I'm gonna give this a try. Shake them up. Because if that's another season that everybody say yes, I would say, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna watch it. I ain't gonna review anymore. Because it's like, it's what the like y'all playing in my face and go through all this for that. And we go. So that's put a ring on it, y'all.
If they say yes, do they get married at the end? Like, is it like, oh, we immediately get whisked off, get married, and now it's real?
They
no. See, they need listen. I bet you if they forced them suckers to get married, I bet you they'd be like, you know what? Never mind. Yeah. I quit. I'm done. That's all you gotta do. Put some fire under them.
Is to make the decision. At the end of this process, you have to decide, or you gonna stay together or separate. So they can't say, oh, I don't know, I can't, we need more. Now you got to make a decision. So it's kind of forced them into that thing. And it's only a 10 weeks process. 10 weeks. All right, y'all. So the show lineup. Let's get into it, y'all. We're going to talk about, oh, wait, hold up. The next topic of the social talk is will be traditional and versus modern man and woman. And what are your thoughts and what you prefer? I feel like that. So let's stop that. Get off of that. No, I'm going to save that. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Evelyn Lozada quitting Basketball Wives. It's going to be a short little thing because we both is done with Basketball Wives. So we will talk about what she's saying. The second thing we're going to talk about the Falynn, Simon and Porsha update of, Simon saying that Falynn cheating on him, and also Falynn's going on an interview, and it's going to be airing this Thursday. So we'll see about the full interview of that. The third thing we'll talk about is Put a Ring on It, the season 2 cast update. The fourth is Monique Bonnet's message. We will talk about that as well in the panel, but some people don't join the panel, so we will talk about that in this live as well. And Ready to Love will be the last thing. So let's jump right into Evelyn Lozada, y'all. Well, so Evelyn did an interview. I think it was on. She did an interview. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't even care which. E! News. She did an interview, and she announced that she no longer will be part of Basketball Wives. Remember, she quit before, and she said that, and she came back. So we'll see if she keep her word because it's just a drug, and she don't want to lose that. But she said yesterday, June 2nd, original Basketball Wives cast member Evelyn Lozada announced that she will no longer be part of the show. According to her, she feels like now is the right time to step back from the series so that the universe could bring some new and positive energy into her life. I said, you was bringing the negative energy to the show. So all this positive energy you want to be back in your life is causing you. So you need to clean that up. And you want the universe. It's all the universe, but the self of the person who needs to do the work, yourself. All right, girl. My announcement today is that I'm no longer going to do Basketball Wives. Lozada said as a guest on E! News Daily Pop. I think it's time for me to open up the universe to other things. And it's been a hard decision because I could do the show with my eyes closed. You think? But at the same time, she continued, speaking about her experience on the VH1 hit show along the years. It's so difficult and takes so much energy. And it's not the most positive energy. I just want to open it up to the universe to allow other things to flow in. So sometimes you have to say, all right, I got to work away from this. I've been feeling conflicted for the last couple of seasons. In the Miami days, you could have scenes. I did not care what happened in the scenes. I could walk away. I was good to good. I was good to good. That's what she said. Okay. She said as she discussed her approach to the show as a cast member on the early season. But now I have a conscience about what I say and what I do and what my kids gonna see. Oh, so now you got a conscience. You got a conscience, girl? Hey, Cola, what's going on, Cola? How you doing, sis? Now you got a conscience. And you threw bottles, you went across the table, you beating girls in the head, you was calling people non-motherfucking factor, you were doing all this, but now you got a conscience and now your kids might see this in the future. Okay, Evelyn. You did 9 years. That's not gonna go away because people think kids can see it. And now you got a conscience? Okay, Evelyn. We'll see. Now, let me see. She said she had a conscience. Although I always believe her, she reflected as how she referenced all her infamous moments on the series that created good TV for the viewers. I walk away from it feeling heavy. It's always been a good job for me. Lozada Kennedy told the Daily Pop's host, Justin Sylvester, I do it, I'm done, and I go home. My personal life looked nothing like the show. No, my personal life is boring and quiet. Oh, so your personal life is boring and quiet, so you amped up your freaking antics on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, okay. I guess you must have a super boring personal life today, the way how you was acting on the show. I guess they get entertainment. As long as viewers know, this will be Lozada's second time officially stepping back from the series. As per E! News reporting, she previously took time off of Basketball to focus on her own docuseries, Living Lozada, before returning full time in 2017. And we know, I think a lot of issues that she was getting a slack of heat is because that OG came in and freaking stood up the freaking thing and shook y'all to the core. And now people going on you because they know that you was full of it. And now Shawnee is going to be part-time limited edition for the next season. And now you're not back. You say you're not coming back. OG is not really coming back. They bringing some of the old girls like British and DJ Duffy and somebody else coming back on the show. I said, oh, okay, girl. And then what made me laugh, and I did my Instagram post about that, and some of y'all liked that post. She said she going to set her sights on another series, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She said Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You go from Basketball Wives and say you want to do Real Housewives, girl, you could never. Andy, I know if he saw this, he probably was laughing in his bedroom when he saw that she said she wasn't trying to do his kind of show. I said, nah, he not going to. Yeah, so Basketball Wives is done. Nobody cared for it. The show was going downhill. Shawnee said we was too invested in the show. Also, you said we too invested. You clapped out the show. Evelyn's gone. Shawnee's limited capacity. We don't know these London goods coming back, whatever, but a lot of us is not watching it. So, how you feel about Evelyn Lozada, her announcement and her departure, and how you feel about it? She said she want to do Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I gave up on Basketball Wives.
Yes.
2 seasons ago, maybe 3 at this point. So her leaving, fabulous.
Yes.
Honestly, I think they should just cancel the show. I don't want to see any of them. Like, yes. I don't. And everything I heard about every one of them, I was like, why would I ever want to watch this on TV? Like, why would I want to watch this? I don't at all. Not even close whatsoever. But for her to say, I'm leaving so the universe can open up and give me these positive blessings. Okay, girl, you tried it. Whatever PR person wrote that for her, they tried to put a nice spin on it. The problem is the person who was uttering those words is terrible. But for her to say she wanted to go on Beverly Hills, I was like,
girl, well,
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. One, they got a friend of the show that's worth $350 million. Evelyn, you worth like $350. If you don't go somewhere, if you do not move on about your life, you know what? You know what? Evelyn just needs to move to Zeus Network. Just move her to Zeus. Move her to Zeus. I mean, she'll fit in with the lineup at Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely gives me Zeus vibes. OnlyFans vibes. Right there. She definitely gives me the tea. Like she gives me that type of vibe. But I heard that Shani was doing this limited role and all of this, and that she was starting up a new franchise in a new city in a new state, and that's gonna be her new thing. And I was like, oh gosh, if they're just gonna move Evelyn to this new city and new state, I'm going to punch someone in the throat. Because if Shani said that she's like starting up a new franchise. So does that mean, okay, so does that mean that you're just going to move Evelyn to this new franchise and then be like, oh, she didn't go back to Basketball Wives LA. She went to Basketball Wives. I think it's supposed to be like Southern or South, or I think it's like something like that, where it's like not just a specific city and state. It's like everyone like in the South, and it's like going to go between different states. So I'm like, if this is what I get, I'm going to throw something at my TV screen. I don't want to see Shani. I don't want to see Evelyn. I don't want to see OG. I don't want to see Cece. I don't want to see Febreze. I don't want to see Malaysia. I don't want to see none of it. There's not one person on that cast that I want to see. Not one. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't like OG when she first came on the show. I didn't. And then once they started treating her the way they were treating her, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to stick up for OG because y'all are treating this woman terribly. Y'all are horrible. This is disgusting. Why would y'all talk about this woman like that? Why would y'all treat her like that? Why would y'all let this other woman treat her like that? This is freaking terrible. And I'll have to defend somebody who I didn't necessarily really like the first season, or like when they first came on, because the way you're treating this person is deplorable. And I was like, and I didn't like OG because I felt like she was chasing behind a man, like marry me, be with me, be with me. I just didn't like that. I didn't like that.
I like that.
I didn't like that. I was like, oh gosh, like why would you put that on TV? You look so desperate. That looks so terrible. Don't put that on there as a representation of women. We shouldn't be chasing after him. No, that's horrible. So that's what I didn't like about her. But that had nothing to do with like the way she looked or the way she acted. It was like, don't put that on TV. Don't make people think that we chasing men like that. They're terrible. Like, don't do that. But but that was my problem. But then they started treating her bad, and I was like, oh no, I have to protect her because y'all are trash. So just cancel the whole show, cancel the whole franchise. If I never have to see Evelyn, Pat Puss Lozada ever again, I'll be fine. I will be fine. I will be fine. If I never have to see this woman again in life, I will be okay. I'll be fine.
Nothing else going on for her life. She don't got nothing else. So I don't know where she thinks she was going to think she going to go. Because after this, like,
she said the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She told you where she was going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and she going to sit her ass right back there. Because there ain't no checking for her. Those girls will shoot Evelyn out classy. And she going to try and turn that show in another Love and Hip Hop-ish. No, we ain't doing that. So, no. So, bye, Evelyn Lozada. You will not be missed. So, Basketball Wives is done and everything. So, just want to announce that because I guess she was stating something, making that bigger statement. And she was like, I'm no longer leaving basketball. I'm no longer going to be Basketball Wives. I was like, oh my God, yes. I was happy. Nobody was sad. The only people who are going to be sad are people who stand for the show. And it's very few in numbers. So, That's what people will
Cancel
say.
the whole show. Cancel
Yeah.
the whole show. Forget just canceling Evelyn. Cancel the whole show.
Yes.
Cancel the whole franchise. You know what's funny? I was on someone else's YouTube and it was like, "Do you remember Baseball Wives?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes I do." Baseball Wives was the it was like 2017. Did you watch Baseball Wives?
I think so. I remember it was the best wives.
Yeah. When I tell you it was the most gutter, trash, messy. Oh my gosh. It was like the
Uh,
first season of Mob Wives. It was like that crazy. Like she was a stripper, met her man, was like, we started doing this together and we've been attached ever since. And he had like a contract for like 15 million or something. Like it was like he had married trailer trash. It was a crazy. So if you ever get time and you want a real ratchet kiki,
mm.
baseball wives, let the white women cut a fool.
Okay, y'all. So next topic we'll talk about is, let me see, is Porsha, Falynn, Simon. This update, all right? And we all know that Porsha announced to the world that she is with Simon. Say like a month ago, we fell in love, we engaged, all that stuff like that. Dennis is okay with that. We cool. They both take care of my kid. It is what it is. I mean, she got the money, she got the bag. He's worth $40-something million. So I guess it's an upgrade from Dennis, from his hot dogs business. She upgraded the money statue. She broke a lot of girl codes, but she upgraded in a hoish code. All right, so she did that. But now, and we all feel about Falynn was like, oh my gosh, because they didn't even get the divorce ain't really finalized yet for this all this stuff happening, and now Simon is saying that Falynn has been cheating on him. Can she be cheating on him? Yes, I could possibly believe that she has been, because maybe she was unhappy. She was very unhappy in the relationship, and was he innocent himself? No, he was not innocent. So they both probably was doing things, and then probably got demise in their relationship, all that stuff. So now he brought this up that let's talk about a cheating wife. So this post said, because he's claiming that Falynn is cheated on him with this guy they took on vacation. This is from Jaden Banks. It's Jaden Banks. That's his Instagram name. He said, "This was my first experience outside of the country. I'm very grateful for my friends Simon and Falynn for bringing me along with them and showing me that there are better things in life rather than just the clubs. I was taught something on this trip, and that was to enjoy life and love everyone close to you. Cheers to more life." So I guess since then, I guess she was like, hey, he's a good looking guy. I'm going to do what I got to do. Like I said, I could believe maybe he did. She was still stepping on him. Maybe she was unhappy. Maybe it's no, but that's what he's claiming. That's what he's claiming. This was his walking, you know. And this was November 20th of last year. Okay, we want to keep seeing your backside. All right, so Falynn said that Simon has a very narcissistic personality. He becomes very impatient and angry when he don't receive special treatment. He has significant interpersonal problems. He's slighted. He has a lot of rage. He tries to belittle people. He had difficulty regulating emotions, and it seems like he does shame Falynn a lot online. Now, Bonnie said in her review that I kind of agree. Like, if I got $40 million, I ain't gonna be worried about what people are saying about me or stuff. He always coming online and saying something, saying like this. Maybe he trying to throw drab at us. He said, "Oh, think about how you was raised by your parents and trying to talk to me." I said, shut up. What you talk about? So he always had time on social media when working on $40 million. And now, what was this? What I'm doing? Oh, ain't no sweet babies. We ain't talking about that right now. What happened? Okay, sorry that. And So he said, the face of the cheating wife. Let's start with why I filed for divorce. Let's start with who she cheated with and currently pregnant for and living in a home I pay for. Post-divorce. His Instagram handle is Jaden Banks. Let's get started here. That's what Simon said. And Jaden said, nearly all men can't stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. And then we know she have a interview coming up with Adam on June 10th.
Fans were speculating that you may have been cheating on Simon.
Simon doesn't get caught unless Simon wants to be caught.
He convinced you to join a show, and now he's engaged to another one of the cast members.
God, the balls on him.
You
and she looked
this
good
woman in your home. She met your family. She swam in your pool. Do you resent that?
All right, y'all. So what are your thoughts about this whole spill? And then Porsha said something about that. She got his name tattooed, Simon name tattooed on her neck. We haven't seen it yet, but that's a girl. And then they're going to have 3 weddings. She will have a traditional wedding, and she will have a custom wedding, and then she will have something small. So I said, you know what? Okay, Porsha. So what's your thoughts? Tracy, what's your thoughts? Chat, what's your thoughts? Given the rumors around Simon, I doubt Fallon could cheat.
I have multiple thoughts. So for CM, so given the rumors around, I don't think that way because I said Sonia Morgan cheated on her billionaire husband. He was a billionaire. If you could cheat on somebody with a B behind their name, you could cheat with somebody who got an M behind their name. Because who cheats on a billionaire?
That's what I'm
Would
saying.
You cheat on a billionaire? I mean, anybody can get cheated on.
I ain't gonna that.
Jay-Z, look, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Anybody can get cheated on. Like, cheating is up in the air at this point. Which, again, it doesn't make it right. At this point, I feel like how can I say this politely? I feel like every last one of them is playing in my face. I promise you I do. I feel like Porsha, Simon, Falynn, and whoever Falynn may be dating now is playing in my face. Because why are we going through this? It seems like every week there's another story, there's another post, there's nothing. They keep playing in my face and dropping these little bits here, a little bit there, a little bit. Like, of all those things you said about him, you didn't say I didn't cheat on him. All I heard, like, you just talked about him, being narcissistic, him being controlling. You didn't say I never cheated on you. You said, oh, he's a narcissist. Like, okay, girl, but he claimed that you cheated on him. So did you cheat or not? Because you didn't, like, when her response post never said I didn't cheat.
Yes,
so I'm like, and not to be funny, their divorce settlement, it seemed like she didn't get anything really out of the divorce. And I'm wondering if it's because she cheated. Because a lot of them have a fidelity clause in it. Like, you have to be faithful and you get more money. Or whoever steps out gets the least. Whoever steps out. So I wonder if maybe they both were cheating. She just got caught. You see what I mean? They both stepped out. But she was sloppier than he was. You know what I mean? Because like... But then you had Candace going after the guy up and Adam who is doing the interview. Candace and her husband Chris going after him. I was like, this is just messy boots. Like it's just so much mess.
Huh? I ain't see the thing about Brad, so I need to go see that. And I saw a little bit what Eva said about Porsha. She said we're not friends, but she played the pogo. I would not do that. I said I like her. I won't do that either. But and then Wendy said something about that, but I ain't see what Wendy said.
Yeah, so Brad basically stuck up for Porsha and said there's 2 sides to every story. You don't know what else really happened. She's happy, let her be. It sounds like she cheated, got caught, and now things don't go well, blah, 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 blah. I get it. The brat was sticking up for her friend. Not to be funny, but I want my friends to defend me publicly. Now you may tell me, "Oh, Tracy, you dead wrong behind your back." You know, in private. In private, tell me I'm dead wrong. But if people dragging my name, if you're my friend, I want you to defend me with people who's dragging my name. So when I looked at it, yeah, Brat did go in, and Brat kept saying like it's none of our business, blah 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 blah. She kept talking though. She kept talking. She was like, it's none of our business,
but she kept talking, like,
but kept talking. Like, but to me, Brat was defending her friend. Like, not to be funny. Mizzle, if somebody came to me talking to me crazy, I'd be like, oh no, not my friend. Oh no, da 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 da. And I'd be like, Mizzle, you dead ass. Why you gonna take that woman husband like that? You wrong for that. How you gonna take the husband? You was wrong for that. But you know, I ain't gonna say that online. Like, I ain't gonna drag you. You my friend. I just tell you privately. So that's what I took from Brad. But like this story right here seems very like things keep progressing, things keep spiraling. Like, is this a PR move? Like, what is this? Like, this right here just seems very like. A part of me really felt like Falynn was like, I don't want this man no more. I'm over it. I'm done. Porsha, you want him, you can have him. But I'm about to spin this PR story because I ain't getting nothing in the divorce settlement. Because her divorce, she got like $250,000 or $50,000. Like, she didn't get much for someone who's worth $40 million. She didn't get much of anything in that divorce settlement, which tells me something has to be there, you know? Because how do you get like little to nothing?
That's what I'm saying. For 40 million,
something gotta be there. But at this point, I just want them to leave us alone. I want them to do one season of loving hip hop. Lord, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Bring all the messy boots people on there and just film it. And let go and let have. Just film it. Just let go and let have. Because at this point, it's like, we're here. We're taking these trips. We're doing this. I'm broke down in tears. I have a fiance. I now have a boyfriend. She's pregnant. She's pregnant. I'm not pregnant. I might be pregnant. Like, it is a lot of mess.
It's pieces.
And then for like Chris Bassett and Candace to go after Up and Adam, who's like doing the interview on this show. I was like, why is y'all dragging this man? Like, what? Like,
they interview Falynn? Why?
Yeah, well, because Candace did an interview with him when the whole like last season of Potomac. So Candace did an interview, and now she's coming. Now Potomac has been off for how long now? She's now coming out to say that this person, he lies. He gives bloggers a bad name. Why would Falynn do an interview with him? I was like, but you did an interview with him. And you was happy with your interview with him. So why are you mad that I don't understand? Like, it's just messy. It's so messy.
I know Candace she's going back to how she usually was in Twitter. She amped up her Twitter thing because before she died down. Now she's saying more things. So I said, what is she talking about? Like, I haven't been reading stuff like that.
It's
I know what's going on because I think I remember she said something that she said. I said, oh my God. But CM, she said, y'all didn't hear about the alleged incident in the club where he had her touched by the side. Who touched who?
Wait, CM, who touched who by the side? Wait.
Give me the details. I didn't hear that. And she said, yeah, CM, let us know. I want to know. And she said, nah, that's typical rich man ish. Is why Ashley wanted to change her prenup. Yeah. Gotta get that money. You gotta do something. Sure. Because they will not give you much. Even though they put you through hell, they probably won't get you much after. That's why you gotta be smart enough to get the most money in the prenup or whatever the post. That's what Ashley said. She gonna cop this kid so she be set for life. So cause you said, and they had to change the years on the post-nup that they had. I said, girl, no, not the post-nup, the prenup. Oof. But yeah, Sam, let me know about that details. And at last minute, while we set our stuff up for the next topic, is put a ring on it. All right. Any last minute thoughts? And what's up with Porsha want to do this 3 weddings? I know you want to spend the money. Hey, spend the money, girl. But gosh, 3 weddings? Why we need all of that? It's still a pandemic. It's like you just need the one of the wedding and it's call it a day. Oh, okay. But she want to have 3 weddings. I said, okay, y'all do y'all. Allegedly, Simon's sides attacked Falynn before they got married because she didn't want to marry him because of the cheating. So his side pieces attacked Falynn because she didn't want to marry him because of the cheating. So they threatened her to marry him or something. They said, marry this man and beat you up. Oh, girl. That's what I'm saying. Because she didn't want to marry him because of the cheating, allegedly. That's messed up. And why they would attack him because she didn't want to marry him? That would be open access for y'all, right? Y'all the side pieces. Y'all could become the main chick. Like, why y'all beating her up for? I don't make any sense for that. Unless they got money, say, listen, I won't give you this money because she got money. So I guess, yes, DM me, CM. DM me. I will look at that and we probably talk about that next time and get an update on that because I wanted to know that. Sure. All right. But that sounds fishy. How you gonna pay these side chicks to jump her because she want to marry him?
Listen, this is the year of the side chick, okay? This is the year of the side chick. Not to be funny, but some people actually do prefer to be the side chick. I actually have a couple friends who prefer to be the side chick.
They want to be main chick. They want to rip the benefits of side pieces, get their bills paid, get their house card, get their apartment paid, and still be the side. And I said, listen, I don't need that main chick feelings. Just give me what I need. Give me my need.
Yeah, I don't need those type of responsibilities. I know. I have a couple friends who literally was like, "Oh, I don't need that type of headache. Can you go home to your wife? I don't have to deal with it.
Like, no venting to me. Drop your knees, give me what I need, give my money, and move out. Go out so fast.
Yeah. Look, I was like, I'm sorry, did you just tell him to go home to his wife? And she was like, yeah. And looked at me like I was stupid. I was like,
yeah.
He married? And she was like, yeah, he's been married for like 14 years. And you, oh, okay, girl. So at this point, it's the year of the side chick. Let them heifers have it. They got it.
In droves. Yes. Yes, CM. Send me the link. I will read it later. And I'll gather up that information and we'll talk about that next time. All right. So put a ring on it, y'all. Like I said, I discussed what Put a Ring on it. If y'all remember, Put a Ring on is a social experiment type of show. It's 3 couples coming to thing with their all walks of life. And they just never made that decision to walk down the aisle. Or if they did, they just retracted and they just never walked down the aisle. And whatever reason, whatever issues they had. And they go through the 10 weeks process. And Nicola Beach, that's the therapist that's going to be into helping them do the season. And also work with them individual counseling, couples counseling. They sit down in a group and they discuss their issues together as a group counseling session, and they go on dates. And sometimes it's dates, they might like the dates, and they will continue on. Or I feel like I feel like some of these people go on this process just to go on dates, just to say how it is, and say, hey, it's a free date, and I'm just going on it. I'm not gonna accept y'all, and it's what it is. I'm just going on free dates. The show's paid for the locations, and let's go on a date. Shit. I feel like some of them was doing that because they would say, "Oh no," even though they made connections. Oh no, I ain't going on another date. I want to see what the next date is. I said, I ain't going on another date. Nah, that's that. I ain't going on another date. Well, stop. To me, if I'm going on this process, I will fully commit to the process, even with what boundaries and rules with my partner. If we say, listen, no kissing, no probably texting late at night. None of that. I will respect that because at the end of the day, we still trying to figure out if we're going to be together. So,
but wait. How do you really get into the experiment if you put boundaries on it? Don't put no boundaries on it.
It is a lot of boundaries that Shay did put on a date that did create issues because he said he could commit to more because she was having these restrictions and then she was breaking it. So I was like, if we do come to agreement somewhere, but not too much of a restriction boundaries or like that. Something to make us both comfortable. But yes, you still need to commit to the process. So until she said yes, go at it. And he was really feeling this girl, Whitney, but he told her, you know what, I need to be with this girl, Shay. I wouldn't like that. And Whitney said, listen, you gotta make a choice. We've been on 5 dates and you still can't make the decision. Like all that stuff. So that's the process. They're going on dates, and at the end of the 10 weeks process, they had to make a decision right then and there. Oh, what they will settle the dates. Whether you gonna separate or y'all gonna marry and put a ring on it. That's what the name of the show is called. And they have a reunion as well. So so let's meet the couples, y'all. It's 3 couples. And it's good looking kind of couples too. I like gorgeous females, nice looking guys. I don't know about the first one, but the other 2, they look good. Cause the other, I don't know. I'm just talking junk, y'all. He probably handsome. It's like that. All right. So put a ring on it. It's returning to OWN this June with 3 new couples, 10 new episodes, and more relationship drama. The unscripted relationship series with Will Packer. Y'all know he does Ready to Love. He's part of the production of Ready to Love. So he does this as well. Will Packer Productions follow 3 couples as they navigate their way to the altar. Master relationship coach, Dr. Nicola Beach will return to counsel the couples through their relationship challenges as they work to get it together or forget it forever. All right, let's meet the couples. This is the first couple. Here we go. Alexia and Darion or Darren. I think it's Darion. And
doesn't Darion remind you of Lamar Odom?
Yes, he does. And the dark
not in a good way either.
Yes, I was about to say that too. And guess what? They dated for 14 years. Child, when I saw that, I said, hold up. Y'all are not ready for 14 years? Past 5 years, you should know if you're going to marry me or not. Well, 14 years, what are we doing? And why are we waiting? It's like that. Because sometimes we set ourselves for failure because we wasting our youth and years dealing with someone who not going to take us seriously to go on the aisle. So let's read the bio that comes with it. All right? This couple is on until they're off again. After a decade of dating, the 2 have finally moved in together. So not only y'all dated for 14 years, y'all waited a decade to move in together, which is fine. When you start dating with each other, when we talk about marriage at first sight, we were saying let's live in our separate places and everything until we solidified being together, being married, and then we find a place together. That's what it is. But after 10 years, they finally decided to move in together. I said, oh, we need to know more about background story with that. Now, Darian does not seem too excited to walk down the aisle, and Alexia is putting on the pressure. So y'all come on the show to figure out you're going to put a ring on it. You put the pressure on him and said, let's come on the show because you're not trying to marry me off screen. So let's go on television, stuff like that. And he haven't been trying to put a ring on it all this long ass time for 14 years. Y'all just living together 10 years. And he's not excited to walk down the aisle. So at what process, what you hoping this going to happen in this process that going to make him excited to walk down the aisle with you after 14 years of you being with him? You basically shacking with him and being a wife before they even ring on putting on your finger and you accepting it. She put him in pressure now, but what happened to this whole 14 years that it was not that thing? So, Trace, I want to know what your thoughts on that. How you feel about that? Will you wait that long for someone? I know your personality. I don't think you will wait that long. And also like that. And will you settle for doing a show like this with him if he's going to be dragging his long feet for 14 years? See, and what you think? Chat, tell me what y'all think too.
So before I got married, I never thought I would get married, like
Yeah.
ever. I never thought I would get married. I
Okay.
didn't dream of a wedding. I wasn't like the one who was like, oh my gosh, never thought I would get married.
Uh-huh.
So people being together for a long time to never get married, that doesn't bother me if both parties aren't really interested in getting married or they have financial reasons or stuff like that. It's fine. But if one partner really wants to get married and the other one not so much, I'd have left.
Yeah.
I'd have left. Listen, I'd have left at 5 years if it was for anything other than a financial reason. If it was a financial reason that we didn't get married, like let's say Yandy and Mandisi's, because she said, oh no, the state of New York ain't about to take my money because you owe them millions. And as your wife, they could take my money because you owe them millions. So she didn't marry him. I understood that. I was like, oh no, girl, I understand why you're not gonna marry him. But so if it was something like that, if it was something like back child support and you owed $150,000 and they was like, oh, we about to garnish your wife's money because you owe them money, I think I can understand that. You know, it got to be like a real circumstance for me to be like, oh, okay. Outside of that, oh, absolutely no. 5 years, because but they said on again, off again, which means they haven't been consistently together for 14 years.
Yeah.
And they just started living together after 10. Y'all got some deep-rooted issues and y'all need therapy.
I want to know what is
this. Because the more I'm starting to think this out in my mind, the more I'm realizing like, oh, now y'all got some on again, off again. And this don't sound like, oh, he just don't want to get married. But is it you leave because you want to get married and he don't? And then he tell you, okay, yeah, we gonna do it. Come on home. To get you to come back. And he's like manipulating you. Is he a master manipulator?
I want to know what is the story because
I need more details.
They're going to be the interesting one this season. 14 years? What is, oh my gosh. And then CM said, nah, I would have waited a year. Yes. Like I said, when I'm dating someone, I say, okay, I had this little timeline. I think that might be a future topic. What's your timeline for things? I say, all right, dating 2 or 3 years. Probably get engaged after the 3rd year. Maybe wait a year or two to enjoy the engagement. Get married in 5 years. And then be married for the rest of your life. It's like that. Whether we want to have children or not, it depends on what we want. Like I said, I'm open to it. I don't want children as a single person because I grew up in a single parent household. So I want to raise a child with someone I love. So if we decide to have children or not, it's no deal breaker to me. But yes, after 5 years, something I say, okay, get married. Now we don't decide to get married, it's our business. We be lifelong partners. But it's some benefits for marriage because it's legal now in the US. So might as well get the paper, right? So, but 14 years, and now you want him to build a show? Child, he might be enjoying them dates more than he trying to enjoy you. I don't know what it is. I'm saying.
Again, I'm like, give me 5 years because I understand the concept of saying I want stability. We want to save money. We want to get a house. You know, we're gonna get married, but we want a really nice wedding, a nice thing. We need to save up. We need to plan. You know, taking your time. I understand. Like, I'm saying 5 years is like my max. 5 years is like my cap. And then I'm like, listen, you either need to shit or get off the pot. Something needs to happen. And if it's, I want to be married, then we need to move forward. If we're not going to get married, then let me go and let me find somebody who wants the same things that I want. Because I'm like, my mother always said that don't make no long-term commitment to someone who you haven't known through all 4 seasons.
Yes.
Because them in the winter is not necessarily them in the summer, which ain't necessarily them in the fall. You know, because stock season happens, summertime comes, people switch up a little bit. And, you know, wintertime cuffing season, people act a little different then, you know, act a little different. Tax time hit, depending on who it is. They may act a little funny. They may want to flip your money. People just act different, you know. potentially they could act different during different seasons. So yeah, okay, go through off and then make kind of a more permanent decision on like, the next steps that you're looking to do. But I agree with you. Like, 3 years. If I'm, now I'm a single parent. So it's like my kid, who do I want to introduce? What time frame does that look like? Like, do they got kids together? Does he have kids or does she have kids? Are there kids? Because I ain't seen nothing about no kids listed there. Like, there is things I didn't see kids on the little bio thing. So I'm like, did he have kids on her? Like, I need to know. I'm about to watch this show.
Yes, June 25th.
I'm about to watch.
Yeah, so Friday, the same night as on Ready to Love. So I guess after Ready to Love finish with the reunion, then we go into put a ring on it. All right, so let's move to the next couple. And CM, clarification. You said you were waiting a year after engagement, or just wait a year after you date with someone and find out they get married? It's like that. Let's do that. And why? I like. So this guy, some people say he look familiar, and I think he does look familiar, but it's like that. He's a comedian, but I want to know where I see him from. LaWanda and Jay, they've been dating for 3 years. Okay. LaWanda is a super successful woman who is constantly leveling up, and Jay is a successful comedian. Look what they look like. All right, it's a beautiful couple. Comedian. LaWanda is the top earner in the relationship, what makes Jay want to hit the brakes on marriage. Okay. Before proposing and walking down the aisle, Jay wants to make sure he can meet LaWanda halfway financially. Now, with this, 3 years is still enough time to level up and get yourself together and want to get married. So I do understand his gripe. Now, my thing is, she's been a top earner throughout the relationship. And so my thing is he's going to, after engagement. Okay, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, wait, after engagement. Okay, that's fine. That's your timeline. Let the person know, right? All right, so my thing is with this, that actually sounds like a reason to wait. Yes, right? It seemed like he using that to reason to wait to marriage because he said, I'm not level up to her success yet. So I don't know what kind of success he has. Maybe she has a high earning job that the comedian salary did not go level up to, and he been with us for this long time. Now, I want to know if LaWanda is the type of person who will throw him in the face. I don't think she is doing that. I don't know. We got to see the show and see if she will be like, oh, well, you're not making enough money, stuff like that. So he may feel belittled, like it's that. Or he can't pay off the standards that she wants in her wedding because he feel like he should be provided and paying for the wedding. There's nothing wrong when you have traditional values if you wanted to have that. And also but you level up. I said, okay, but also I watched on another channel like Jamie, that's me. I like her channel too. And she was saying that, okay, but 3 years at the time, you had no other side jobs to do. You didn't have no ambitions to do anything else to even commit because you know your job, your wedding is something y'all want to do. And you want to level up. You could do other things. Comedian is not always going to be busy. So what others you go doing to level up to the status that you want to level up to her thing? So I don't know if she's throwing his face or she's okay with that or he's not comfortable that she's making more money than him and he wants to be that. So, and I think he using that as a clutch to say, okay, I can't pay for this and none like that. No, I ain't leveled up to you. I'm not in the same bracket as you. So we can't get married yet and everything. And I would say, I want to know more about that story if she's okay paying or stuff like that, or be the top earner, or he's not really comfortable with that. And we'll see how that goes. So what's your thoughts of this couple? Because I said I could feel like they could work if we find out what more background story is this and how is this a clear issue and why they're putting the ring on it.
I have questions. So they say he's a successful comedian, right? So successful by comedian standards, by his standards. But if she's like a civil engineer, those are two different brackets of success.
Uh-huh.
You know, so you could be successful in your career and be happy, because you never want to tell somebody you need to change your dreams or what makes you happy.
Yeah.
If you're able to provide for yourself, you know, if you're able to provide to sustain your life, then, you know, and you're happy with what you're doing, because
Mhm.
I promise you, there are times where you would rather be happy at your job than miserable at a job that pays you well. Because,
Mhm.
I mean, your personal mental self is very important.
Yes.
So I wonder if they were fine, you know, day-to-day life in a relationship, but when you go to plan your wedding, um, she could have champagne tasting, he could have a beer budget. He
Mhm.
could say, "Oh, I'm good with roses," and she may want custom organic roses, or custom organic orchids that shipped in from California.
Mhm.
You know, so is it that the fantasy of her wedding is very grand,
More lavish than we can afford.
but more lavish than the budget that he has? So it's like, I don't want to tell you you can't have the dream wedding that you want. I don't
Yeah.
want to kill your dreams either.
Yeah.
So where's the compromise? Like, eh, eh. So you know, because I've planned a wedding. Them jokers are expensive. See, but then I was like, I'm not about to give food. I'm not about to feed nobody who don't like me, and I'm not about to let y'all get drunk on my dime. So
That's
I
our
took my money, and we didn't have a wedding. We went out to the Justice of the Peace. I was just as happy, but we had a fabulous honeymoon. Fabulous, fabulous honeymoon.
that's our
Took
say.
every last dime of that wedding budget and put it to good use, honey. Good use.
Yeah.
Um, but so I wonder if it's one of those, on a day to day of our lives, we're good. We're happy. But when it comes to the wedding, she wants this very lavish affair, because there are definitely times where there are relationships where a woman makes more than the man,
Mhm.
but they work. I think Shonda Rhimes was talking about that with her and her husband, where she was like, or one of those like really successful, or was it Ava DuVernay? One of them was talking about how they're only able to be as successful as they are because they have a spouse who is able to help them with
Mhm.
other things. I work long days, I work long nights. My spouse is able to, you know, take my car to the shop. They're able to do all these things that I can't do, but I can only be as great as I am because I have someone else who's willing to pitch in and help and, you know, make sure that I'm able to do all these great things. So maybe they possibly on a day-to-day playing field could be fine, but she just have a lavish lifestyle and he can't afford it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm a hope. I'm a hope that, because I hope it's not she make more money and belittle him. I hope it's not that. Ooh, that's not nice.
That's what I'm saying. And he
Then
said
I hope it's not that he don't have enough money so he penny pinch, because
he.
that'll be terrible too. Like, you want me to lower my standards? No, I could just pitch in the money, honey. Like,
Yeah.
oh, but that'll hurt your pride. Like,
Yeah.
I hope it's not that, but that might be another good one to watch out for.
Yeah. And he said he want to meet her halfway, so we don't know what the halfway budget is. And see how that goes. But we'll see how this seems and why he is hesitant to even put a ring on it, and see how that goes. All right, the last couple of this season is, here you go, Jessica and Eric. They've been dating for 4 years. Now, this, when I read this bio, this is a trip. So let's listen to this bio, y'all. Eric is adjusting to life post NFL, and Jessica is adjusting to Eric being fully committed. Okay, so that 4 years y'all were dating when he was in the NFL, you just now adjusted that he trying to be committed. So he probably was slinging, dinging, and you were just what you was doing, living the lifestyle and liking the lifestyle that he was providing, even though he was fully committed. Now you adjusted him being committed. All right. Now this couple has been battling issues from day one. Not only you was with him when he's in NFL and he was slinging and dinging and all that stuff like that. You stayed with him to lavish lifestyle. Y'all had an issue since day one. All right. And then the two are not on the same page about when the couple was official. I said, y'all is all wrong. Like, what is this? All wrong in this relationship. Like, y'all don't know when y'all are not on the same page of being official. One thing, no, we was official in May. No, we was official in June. No, we was like this. No. We was like, our first date was like this. No, our first date was this. So y'all not in the same page of what was the first date and what y'all was official. Like, that's wrong. And they have issues since day one in your relationship. And then you adjusted him to be fully committed. So that means he was never committed to you when he was in the NFL, but you would stay with him while he was in the NFL because you was enjoying the money, the lifestyle that was granting you, and you was okay with that. But now he's out of that lifestyle now, and you want a ring on it, and now he adjusted to life after thing because he's not making that. Maybe he still got the money if he was saving and getting that stuff together. And now you want him to be fully committed, and now you adjusted him being fully committed after he had this lifestyle. So, and now y'all not on the same page since day one, and y'all not on the same page when y'all official together. So y'all would never be on the same page, and when y'all want to get married, y'all would never go be the same page and how you'll get married. So it's like y'all always gonna be combative. So this couple gonna be interesting, and so just like at the first one, the second couple, I feel like they will be interesting, but the first couple and the last couple, something about those two couples gonna make me like, oh my gosh, this is something. And why she stuck with them through at this time, because maybe she was enjoying the lifestyle. And now it's not you have to be post in the NFL. I want to be married, but you gotta be fully committed now. Like, no more cheating. But you was accepting cheating when he was there at the NFL. So we got thoughts about this couple because they're gonna seem like it'll be a hot mess as well.
This couple strikes me as when he was off on the road playing football or whatever.
Yeah.
They had a don't ask, don't tell policy. You don't ask, and I'm not gonna tell. I ain't gonna bring you nothing home. I ain't gonna say nothing to you. It is what it is. You happy at home? You great. I what show was I watching? I was watching one of these shows on Netflix, and it was the players and their wives and their spouses and all these people just talking about. And it was like, yeah, we had the girlfriend section over here, we had the wife section over here, we had the side chick section over here, we had the baby mom section over here, and you would just go, and they would, so they didn't interact. They would be on different sides of the field. They'll be all over here, so the player will go and like toss a hand up in the air over here, like he talking to her, but the girlfriend just think that, oh, he's just doing it, and then he'll come over here to this person, but he would never say nothing to any. And play it off during the thing. But he made sure he acknowledged each of their sections, but they never really knew what the heck he was doing. But they was all at the same game together. So maybe he was one of those type of players living that type of lifestyle. They just had a don't ask, don't tell policy. And again, that worked for them because I told you, my homegirl is definitely dating a married man and is completely content with it. Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Some people are okay with things like that, to each his own. But this right here definitely strikes me as he is having a hard time transitioning to not being an athlete. Mm-hmm. He wants things the way he wanted on his time frame, on his thing. And the whole them not being secure on the date that they got together makes me think that there was probably another girl that overlapped. So he wanted it to be later on when he was committed, but she was thinking it was earlier. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that, he was messing with somebody up until July. So in his mind, y'all got together in August. And she was like, no, baby, we got together in June. Like, no, we didn't. I was still slanging in June. Like, you know what I mean? That's the vibe that's giving me. Like, there was an in between. What if there was a break? Like, there was an in between. There's another sister wife right here. I could see this couple on Sister Wives. I could see him. I could see him on Seeking Sister Wives. I could see it.
LCL said, "Oh, she got Monique." Oh. She got Monique, yes. You got that treatment. Yeah, so put a ring on it. It's going to be June 25th on Friday, y'all. On probably around the same time Ready to Love comes on. So we will stay tuned to it because it's going to be, I think it's going to be juicy. Because these three couples seem really interested. Especially our first couple. Because I want to know what's their deal. What is their deal? So that's that, y'all. So stay tuned to that, and I will review this episode, this show. All right. Let's go into Monique making a statement about bonnets. So we will talk about this again on a panel, but I know some people don't watch the panel, so we will talk about that in my live, and let's discuss that. All right. Let me share it. I know most of what to see it, but let's hear what she said again. Share. Oops. Go to the beginning.
Hey, my sweet babies.
Ooh. Oh, I don't like Monique today.
So, it took me a minute to say what I'm getting ready to say because I want to make sure I'm not saying it in judgment. And I want to make sure I'm saying it from a place of love. Y'all, some of y'all have given me the title of auntie. And I'm honored that y'all do that, right? But there are times where auntie got to talk to her babies and say some real shit. So yesterday, I was in the airport in Atlanta because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi now at Chuckles Comedy Club, right? And we got 3 shows tonight. We got a matinee at 5:30, then we got 7, then we got 10. Right? And I'm excited. I always love going to the stage. So when we got to the airport yesterday, I was excited. Like, all right, baby, let's go get them in Jackson, Mississippi. And as we began to walk through the airport, I saw so many, actually too many to count and too many for me to tap. But I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport. And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and these slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet babies, when did we lose pride in representing ourselves? When did we step away of let me make sure I'm presentable when I leave my home? Let me make sure I'm representing the family I created so that if I'm out in the street, I look like I have pride in myself. And I'm not saying no full face of makeup. I'm not saying no full front lace frontal. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is, could you please comb your hair? And if you don't want to comb your hair, they got enough shit out here now, baby, where you can style yourself up and look like you have pride. I'm not saying you don't have pride, but the representation that you're showing, someone would have to ask you to know that you had it. So my sweet babies, for the ones that do call me auntie, I love you for real. Even the ones that don't, I love y'all asses too. But the babies that say auntie to me, please listen to auntie. Always have pride in your representation of you. It's not to get a man. It is just your representation of you, my sweet babies. So I'm just giving y'all a warning. If I see you in the streets, in the airport, in the Walmart, and you got a bonnet on and you got slippers on and you looking like what the fuck, I'm Nikki gonna tap you and say, hey, baby girl, show you what you worth. Show you what you deserve. So all of those posts that you see celebrities putting out there saying, hey, queen, hey, queen, hey, queen, well, can we start putting it into action? So I'm asking our wiser sisters, when we see our little babies out there looking like they just don't care, and I'm not saying y'all don't, it looks like it. Can we just tap them and say, baby girl, you deserve more than what you're showing. Represent you with pride, my babies. And that may be a part of us helping our community. Because if you look like you don't give a damn, how you going to be treated? So, when I say, hey, queen, I can only say it to the sisters that it belongs to. Because a lot of us are still in queen training. So if you're in queen training, stop being fearful of taking your position. And queens don't walk around with bonnets and headscarves and slippers and pajamas. That's for the house. When you go outside, represent you, baby, like you are worthy and you deserve the title of Hey Queen. Nikki, love y'all for real. And I ain't never gonna BS you. Stop wearing them damn bonnets and headscarves looking like don't nobody give a damn about you, nor do you give a damn about yourself. Because you're beautiful. So represent it. I love y'all for real, my babies.
Okay. Here's my take on this. What Monique said is not completely 100% wrong. What she said is not wrong. I believe that she's saying that you got to present yourself how you want it. Some things deserve them just to be in the house. Now, my issue with this is that, yes, present yourself. I won't walk out of the house with a do-rag. I won't walk out the house me having my pants sagging by behind. I won't walk out the house looking like that. I present myself. We all have bad days sometimes. We will say, you know what, let me just throw something on and let's throw a hat on and stuff like that. My thing is, one, Monique came on this live, whatever she's at, with them bathrobe on. No bars like that, telling us to present ourselves. Yes, she's in the house. I get she's in the house. But what if I came on live and tried to tell people how to successfully ace the interview? And I come in like this. Y'all think I was presentable? Or y'all listen to me if I came on telling you how to ace the interview, how to interview tips, and I come on with a freaking t-shirt on? No, I would have to come on with a freaking shirt and tie and make it seem like, or not make it seem like I'm non-presentable, because in an interview, you got to position yourself in how you dress and how you ace the interview and what you say and all that stuff. But if I come in with a t-shirt and say, I will give you an interview tactics, how to ace an interview, and I come like this, it defeats the purpose. I might say good things, but it diminishes your purpose. So coming in the role, even if it's in a house, and presenting yourself is still not presenting yourself to us. And you come in and you trying to tell people what they need to wear and what not to wear. Now, granted, some people do wear bonnets outside looking like crazy. And I think it's not more just the bonnet itself. I think it's the attitude and stuff that's presented behind the bonnets that make people say, oh, the bonnets look ghetto, the bonnets this. This is stereotypical stuff that people present with wearing bonnets, just like the people stereotypical that people wear, who boys wear their pants hanging behind their nose. They think they freaking thuggish or they hood or stuff like that. It's not necessarily they not be thug. Not all boys who wear their pants on sagging or thugs or hood Negroes and like that. Or not all women who wear bonnets or ghetto or loud and talking on the phone and wearing slippers and saying, what you saying? What you I got my face and being loud. So not everyone is like that. So she's not saying anything wrong. I think she's to say her words. And they're saying that they're not having pride or not having thing or have self-respect or pride and somebody got to question you. No. My thing is not going to question you. You're going to have pride or not. My thing is like, you might look like a high-ass mess. That's what I might think about it. But mine not going to question you on the pride. And then another last thing she did that I said that she's nothing. Who in their right mind going to be tapping people in their shoulder? And will Monique herself will be tapping people? A stranger on the street. What if Monique come and tap you, Tracy, and say, Tracy, you're not a queen. You rep yourself better like this. I like that, all that stuff. You might cuss her out or you might punch her in the face. Somebody gonna do something to her, because how you gonna come up showing like telling me what I need to do? and all that stuff. You may have your opinion, but not coming and do an action and tapping people in the shoulder and tell you you're not a queen, all that stuff. And my last thing I want to say about queendom is your birthright, and you come into your queendom of how you present yourself. Like when Iana was talking to Lisa about being a queen, it wasn't about what she was wearing. It's about her attitude, how she show herself, how she communicate, how she responds to things. Her things. It wasn't about her wearing. It was about her personal in the battle and how her in the battle could exuberate the personality to make herself a queen. It's the mindset. So you could be a queen dressed in a t-shirt and pants and still be a queen. So you're not like less of a queen if you don't show up as dress slave, dress shirt, pants, or whatever, all that stuff. Now, it's a certain time and place to wear certain things. And it could be a lack of common courtesy and self-awareness of your public around you. But I won't say that you can't wear that or tap you and tell you that you can't wear certain things because I feel a type of way. No, I'm not going to go out my way and do it like that. Yes, as family members, you might tell your own family members, but me to go to a stranger and tell you what you need to wear or not, she went out the line. So I think she was capping with that statement, but I did disagree in what she was saying. So Tracy, tell me your thoughts about that. Hey, together, hey sis, how you doing? And she online with no bond in the world, married to a man with creep, and she accepted, but Bonnet outside is too much, child. And she said, okay. So Tracy, what's your thoughts? I don't disagree with what she's saying. I did some things that she said, some wordings that she chose was off. The tapping her shoulder was too much. But other than that, she wasn't too wrong about what she was saying. Tracy. Hey, sis. How you doing?
So I have been on planes, and I mean, I've lived in Korea. I've been to Japan. I've been to Dubai. I've taken plane ride. I've taken a 26-hour plane ride. 26 hours. And for a 26-hour plane ride, I'm not going to nobody airport with a bonnet, pajamas, and slippers on. That's me personally. Like, I don't do the bonnets outside of my house.
Yes.
I don't. I do have turbans. I do have headscarves. I do have things, especially if like I'm flying, to tie my hair up with, and you can clearly see like, oh, it's a headscarf. Like it's not a bonnet. Like you can clearly tell it's a headscarf. It's fashionable. It's meant to be worn out and about and whatever. But slippers, that's a no-go. You can wear flip-flops or slides. Those are just as easy as slippers. You can wear yoga pants, stretch pants, sweatpants. Those are just as easy as pajama pants. My problem has nothing to do with the way it appears. My problem is I don't like nobody tracking the outside in my dang old house. You ain't about to wear no slippers that you done walk through outside in and drag yourself through my house. Absolutely not. No. Oh, that is a pet peeve of mine. So for me, it has nothing to do with nobody's appearance. You wear what you want to wear. You do what you want to do. Like hygienically, to me, that's no different than white people saying they don't wash their legs. It is it gives me the willies.
Yes.
But that's just me. But I also feel like because I don't do it, I don't have a strong opinion on it because it's just not for me. I wouldn't do it. I also come from an age where, yeah, people used to tap me on the shoulders and say things all the time, like my neighbors, random people. But I also grew up in, my parents were born in the 30s. So they are from a time where your neighbors checked you. But you also had like true neighbors. You also had people who looked out for you. You also had like, this random person down the street would come shovel your driveway or come mow your lawn because they were mowing their lawn. It was a very different time that my parents grew up in. So because it was very different, we grow up used to other people checking on us, other people telling us like, hey, da 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 da, or calling home and saying, hey, your kid was doing X, Y, Z, and B. but that's just because my parents are older. So for her to say, "Oh, tap you on your shoulder," that is something an old person would do. That I think my mom is probably older than Monique because my mom will be 75 this year. So I think my mom is definitely older than Monique. And that is something she would do. But because she's 70, you know what I mean? Like that is the era in which she grew up in. So I do think Monique is kind of a little dated in the way that she thinks when it comes to tapping somebody on their shoulder and saying something to them, because people nowadays will fight you. Although you're not telling them anything wrong, like they'll still fight you. I understand people saying like, "Oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't this, it doesn't that." Okay, if a fire break out, if a shooting happened, anything happened and the news camera got to show up, I can tell you exactly who the cameraman looking for. They looking for the bonnet, pajama pants, flipper community. You know why? Because they are looking for them. They are looking for them a sound clip. They're looking for them a bite. They're looking to make you the next meme. They're looking to make these people the next internet. That's what they're looking for because they're expecting to get internet gold. Like that is just what they're looking for. And it's sad to say, but that's just how our society is right now. I'll tell you right now, my niece just moved. I went to Walmart and we seen, I was like, oh, okay. They comfortably do it. They feel that's them. I personally, like, that's just not something I can personally do. So I'm like, is she telling you anything wrong? No, not normally. But normally older people don't ever tell you anything wrong. They're not telling you something that's wrong. Yeah. But at some, my problem then turns into, at some point, it turns into, oh, well, just let people be free and do what they want to do. Yeah, that's cool and all. But then you have some of these crazy other people who just doing what they want to do. And they're like, you know, going down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories and all of this weird stuff. And they taking over the Capitol. They just doing what they want to do. Let them be. Like, we also need to check our own community at some point. Be like, look, this ain't cool. Like, but I don't know who that's supposed to be. I don't know who's supposed to do. I don't know where that boundaries are supposed to lie. I don't know. I don't care. I just wouldn't do it. But I'm telling you right now, the slipper community, don't come dragging yourself through my house. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's not even, so it's rooted in very much respectability politics. Our clothes hasn't protected us at all. Yeah. See, for me, it's not respectability politics. It's, you're not dragging the outside back into my house. And if you're wearing slippers outside, I can tell you you're not changing your shoes when you come in the house. You're wearing your house shoes outside. You're going to change out of your house shoes when you go back in the house? Not that community. Not that community. Listen, I understand the concept of people like, oh, well, you dressed like this, so you must have wanted it. I understand the concept. I understand where people feel like that is, because, you know, slut shaming someone depending on what they wear. Like I understand, like, oh, don't dress like this, so this won't happen. Nobody will attack you if you don't do that. Yeah, I understand that. Get those things, but at some point we have. Where is the bar? Like, where is the bar to say, okay, you know what? This right here is just a little too low for everybody. And to me, it's the whole, like, you know, taking stuff from the outside back into your house. That's my bar. That could not be other people's bar, but that's just mine. White people not washing their legs. They say, oh, I wash my hair, I wash my body, and I let the soap just drip down me. That's still for me, like, that's just so no. But again, I don't do it, so I don't really have that strong of an opinion about it because I don't do it. So yeah, I just don't do it. But you know what? Bill Cosby did do a thing telling men to pull up their pants and not to sag and stuff like that. So Bill Cosby did do it, and he got dragged to high hell for it, because he did try that thing like, oh, men need to do this and do that. And they dragged him. They dragged him for that. He did like this whole like PSA on like PBS or something, like one of those like real. Yeah, but that was also like in '99. You know what I mean? Like it was a long time ago on like one of them public access channels where he tried to tell people they need to, men need to pull up their pants and stuff like that. Oh, and they let him have it. So I could just imagine that this is just weird.
Yeah. So yeah, I have inside clothes and outside clothes that I wear. Yeah. I have my clothes that I go to work and everything, and then I have my uniform, and then I come back. When I come home, I take off my clothes, and then I shower, then I pajamas, just like that. And then if it was like late at night time, I had to run to the store or something like that. Yeah, you might step out. I won't go out probably with no slippers, probably with some sneakers, something like that, and go quick back. But I think it's like if I step out like that, doesn't automatically seem like I'm ghetto or having low self-esteem, no pride. It's like that. I may step out. Now, if she's saying that, I might think that you all have one. I said, oh, okay. You might think I'm look like a hot mess, but don't try and say I don't have no pride either. But then again, I won't be tapping nobody on the shoulder either. They said like that. No. I won't be doing that because you will get cursed out in this day and age. Now, a lot of us grew up in a certain background. A lot of us have certain families who will tell us that you respect yourself. You don't walk out of the house looking crazy. You got to present yourself and everything. So yes, I grew up like that. Like some of my sisters that came on the chat, they grew up like that. We all grew up kind of like that old school background. Then you don't walk out the house like that.
Not like all of us. Not all of us. Not all of us. Not all of us. But even like you remember when you was a kid, like you would have play clothes, like to go outside and play in your play clothes. Like you weren't going out and playing in like your school clothes, your regular. You had different clothes for different things. But that was also something that we did as like a kid. Like I'm like, do I have play clothes? Like no, I ain't got no dang on play clothes. But at the same time, like I grew up with someone who's like a germaphobe. So we used to always talk about like, oh, do you know all the things that are outside that you're dragging in your house? Don't you wear shoes in your? And then I lived overseas, and overseas they are very big on you don't wear shoes inside your house. You don't wear if you were outside. As soon as you came home, you would shower. You would take your shoes, and I mean they would take their shoes off outside. Not even like, in the foyer, in the front of the house. They would be outside. They would leave their shoes outside and then come in the house and put on slippers and walk through the house. And it was like, they were very big on like showering as soon as you walked in the door. Like, so I think some of that rubbed off on me. And then plus my mom is like, she shampoos her carpet. She shampoos her couch. I'm like, this is a lot. But that's just, different people, different things.
Clowning shit. I'll vacuum shit out of it.
Yeah, like I get vacuuming, but she shampoos, like my mom's gonna be 75 years old and she still shampoos her couch. So I was like, Mom, you could just take those couch cushions off your couch and put them in the washing machine. And she was like, oh no, I ain't about to do all that. But you about to do that? You about to flip the cushions and shit? I was like, oh goodness gracious. You know what, lady, go about you. All right, fine, whatever. I stopped fighting with her. Just let her go. But it's all different things for different people. Like I said, I fly, and I definitely tie my hair up when I fly because those doggone carpets, like those seats and cushions and stuff on the airplane, disgusting. That's gross. No, it's not that they don't do it. My mom does it like once a week. I was like, who shampoos their couch once a week? Like she's just extra. Like she's just extra. She just weird. Like it's not that she's weird. She's extra. She's old. She's set in her ways, and cleanliness is close to godliness in her mind. So that's just what she does. So I just let her have it. Whatever. So no, I definitely understand like tying your hair up because the plane is nasty. Like plane seats are gross. You don't want that technically on your hair, you don't want that on you. Like I understand like, tying your hair up when you're getting on the plane, but that's on the plane on the seat. That's not in the, standing in the terminal at the airport. with your house slippers on. That's just, but whatever. Yeah. See, so it's just different. I'm going to be completely honest with you. When I see the bonnet, pajama, slipper community, like all of them collectively, like it's the bonnet, the slippers, and the pajama. That little community, in my mind, I immediately go to, oh my God, your house must be disgusting. That's what I think. Because I'm like, you track anything in your house. Ugh. So that's what I think. And I know it's wrong of me to think that way, and it's probably not right. And they could be the nicest, sweetest, cleanest people, whatever. But that's just where my mind goes. So again, I don't do it, so I don't have a strong opinion on it. I'm gonna let them folks go and have at it. Whatever makes y'all happy.
And everything. And it's like we don't take that far to go out their way and to tell them,
yeah,
you don't have nothing. Like
now I wouldn't let my child do it.
Yeah. You could check your own child. Like a lot of us was school, my parents, grandparents was checking us and said, "Oh, where you going? No, you better wear that. You better like that." Like I don't go outside with my pants sagging. It's like that. I don't go. And I go out. I see people like that. I said, doesn't mean I automatically think they thuggish, but I only mean I ain't gonna go up there and say, "Well, put up your pants, boy," like that. Oh, that's like that. I mean, so older people might say it, and they might get cursed out, but it's what it is. It's like that. So I understand Monique. She wasn't completely wrong. It's just that she won't be tapping people. I know she probably won't be doing that. She's capping the point. She won't be tapping people. And if she probably will, we'll see how that goes. And all that stuff.
Did you see her follow-up video though?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. And she kind of downplayed what she said in this video. So I was like, okay. Oh, y'all want to cancel me and stuff like that. And she's like, you block your blessings. I said, you didn't say about blocking your blessings. You just said they had no pride. Well, you say, I'm not having no pride, but someone gonna act like you gonna have no pride, and I don't have to tap you on the shoulder with your queen that you're not a queen, and I won't give you a queen to people who deserve it. But then you say, oh, well, if you show up like that, you blocking your blessings. Okay, so could I have said that? Like, why? As a southern I am, I know how color is impacted by mental health. I also know that. I keep extra close because folk dancing, so I'm also not touching someone about their clothes. Yes. See, you all grow up like knowing that we won't go out there like looking like a hot mess. But we at the same time, we ain't gonna go out checking people either. So we just gonna let them be, and we might judge. We say, "Oh, good, that look like a hot mess." But she's working like that, like that. But we might gonna go on doing all that stuff. So she kind of missed me the ball when she's saying that. When she said that part, she could have ended that right there to say, "You know what? Stop wearing the bonnets." And she could have ended like that, and then go off with the touching the people. And then she show up like that. I said, okay, all right, whether you're in your house or not, just like I said, if I was doing an interview and I say I was going to show people how to pass an interview, I cannot show up in a t-shirt, even though in my house. Also, well, times, okay, he's in the house, he's telling us how to interview. No, it's like a formal kind of thing. I'm giving a statement, so I need to show up when I'm presenting. So that's that. So I agree with her. And there's some things I won't agree with that tapping on herself, but I do agree with what she's saying. So I hate those things at Crocs. I just don't understand them.
Listen, don't get me started on what the people, what these type of people, because they do some things and I'll be like, what? Listen, I promise you, if I see one more person that look like this in flip-flops in the snow, I was like, I know your feet cold. Why are you wearing flip-flops in the snow? Why? Oh, yeah. I was just running out. Or them Uggs that look like they've been beat over 17,000 times. They got salt on the bottom of them. They 4 different shades of brown. They leak like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. They look like... Oh, goodness gracious. What is on your feet? Please get out. Thank you. Whew. So, yeah, don't get me started on these folks. Because, them and they wet hair. Like, just certain things. Each community got their own struggle. Yes, like, can they stop doing that wet hair thing? Y'all smell funny. Not all of y'all. I'm sorry. That's terrible to say, but whatever. You get the point.
Yes. So our last thing we're going to talk about tonight, before we prepare, before I prepare for my next panel, like that, is Ready to Love. Because I have a couple of things to talk about that. If y'all catch up on that. So Ready to Love is 2:04:30. All right. So Ready to Love, y'all. I'm not gonna do a play-by-play for everything. It was certain things that jumped out on this past 3 episodes that we want to talk about. I was like, let me see. Get together. All right, so let's do Joel. Let's do him first. All right, let's do Joel. Y'all remember what he looked like? Let me see, right here. Joel's right here. Right under Khalil. Right? Suave type of guy. Smooth. Hey, baby, here it is. You dig. Love for Louisiana, New Orleans. He had that type of swag. All that stuff. So, couple things he was around me. He all hell bent of Venetia. He was zooming in on Venetia since the beginning. So, he wasn't really making a connection with anybody else but her. It's like that. He did it without a date with Amber because Amber had to choose somebody who she normally would pick. And she went on a date with him and they kissed him on the cheek. But this is Venetia right here. Venetia. Right there. And he was saying that she think that she's too clingy. And I would say, first of all, how she too clingy when you was all up on her throughout this competition? So what clinginess? And y'all both gravitate towards each other. That's one thing. So then that kind of like threw him off a little bit about because he's thinking that she was too clingy. I said, I don't think she's clingy, but because she did say she was territorial. When I say, listen, you dating someone and you getting close with the person you would be serious, you gotta get a little territorial a little bit because at the same time, it's like, what's going on here? But at the same time, this is a data show. So y'all on a data competition where y'all all need to vibe for other people's attention. So you can't be too territorial at a point unless y'all both say, we together. And y'all made the decision at the end. We are a couple, that's it. Then you start doing that. But the too clinginess, I didn't get that. And later on, I'm about an episode, y'all. So stay with the Joel and Venetia. Later on, Venetia invited her ex. Because Tommy gave her assignment to invite your ex to the show and let your current interest be your past interest and see how they react. So when Joel came on the little freaking hat and one of his glasses, so I said, well, you had to start wearing that. And then they
don't be judging Mr. Rogers. He was definitely giving Mr. Rogers.
He was.
Don't be judging Mr. Rogers.
And they was talking. And Venetia made a comment about how they was planning to meet up and have a dinner date. And she told him to call me to let me know we on the way and everything, and let me know what's up. He not responding to her. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing to her. She responded. She actually called him and something, not saying nothing. Later on, he gonna tell her, well, if I didn't call you by now, that means plans has changed. So I said, what? I said, oh, hold up, Joel. What we not gonna do? We ain't gonna do that. I'm sitting here figure hungry as hell, waiting for you to take me out of dinner, that we planned the dinner, or if plans has changed and something came up, all you had to do is send me a quick text and say, hold up, something had come up. I can't take you out. I'm sorry. Here, something on me, whatever, all that stuff. I'll make it up next to you. It was no issue, but it made it seem like, oh, she should have known that plans changed because she didn't call you. Come on. Unless this is a major emergency that happened that you cannot use your phone. And whatever reason, you can't use your phone. But that wasn't the case. He just didn't tell her. So that was that. Later on, they had a miscommunication argument off camera. They had a phone call, they had miscommunication, and he was upset by the miscommunication. Tommy asked him, if this was the end of the road, who would you choose? And this was the episode most people choose Kyra. And I was so, hold up. Kyra got the magic punani or something. What the hell happened? Like, what happened here? He said Kyra. And I said, all this time you said Venetia. All of a sudden it's Kyra. And he said, well, we had a bad miscommunication. I was upset with her. So I chose the person that I just came up with. We had a good conversation in the beginning. That was the beginning. But you could have still said Venetia, but you said Kyra. And since then, he never brought it up to Kyra. No, to Venetia. At the ranch, Amber brought it up too. And I found out how Amber knew, because all the guys knew in the thing about it. How the hell she knew? And I said, maybe because she went on a date with Ron, and Ron was spilling the damn tea like a schoolgirl spilling the teas out. And she said, oh, well, what Kyra was your number one, your strongest connection? Because Venetia asked her who your strongest connect right here. And so it's you, baby. It's all you, baby. That's in baby talk. And she said, well, is Kyra the one? And right in front of Kyra and everybody else. And then when she had a problem with Venetia, clearly had an issue, because I would have had an issue too. I said, we had plenty of time to talk. You never brought up to me that Kyra was ever part of one of your tops. And it wasn't. He just said her name. But the man, instead of apologizing, he's trying to flip it on her like a man and say, oh, well, you take it out of proportion. This is this. It's no big deal. I just said a name. It's not important. I said, boy, bye. Like, you couldn't know, but then don't act like your cuteness could get you away with it. Because now you try to be able to talk her. You try to put your behind on her. And she said, oh, well, I can't stay mad at you so long. You just got to give me my moments like that. You let him off too easy. Because if you find out and he had no plan to tell you, he said, I was going to tell you. I said, when? You wait 2 weeks and you didn't tell her. She had to find out through somebody else at the ranch to find out that you chose someone else as your top if you was going to go home in the last day. And you feel like she shouldn't have no issue with that? And you trying to play it off, and then you had to have Chris to check you to tell you to apologize because Venetia was going off. And then I figured Kiss at the, I said, are you into what's it? Are you into Venetia or not? Because that Kiss was very cringeworthy. They had a truther there, and he was like this. And she was like trying to kiss him. I said, is a breath stink, or you just don't want to kiss her? Have y'all kissed before, or what? Or you was embarrassed? You can't be embarrassed and shy the way how you was acting all Rico Suave throughout the whole season. So that kiss was cringeworthy. Like, did you not want to kiss her, or you was not feeling her like that? So what's your take on Joel? Because he got me upset that how he didn't want to take accountability. And then when he did apologize, he didn't really apologize to Philly about that aspect. He just said, oh, I'm sorry. I said, what are you sorry for? So Joel and Venetia, how you feel about those?
I have questions, and I also have red flags.
Yes.
So my question is, does every week they always tell each other who was in their top? Because if I don't tell you every week who is in my top, why would I tell you now? Because it's still a game. Like, it's not a game, but it's still a TV show. So if I don't normally tell you who is in my top, why would I have to tell you now that someone else was in my top if that's not something that we normally talk about? Like, we don't normally be like, well, who did you pick for your top this week? Why would I tell you?
I understand.
I mean, why would I tell you if that's not something we normally do? Why would I then all of a sudden tell you? But here's my bigger concern.
He had nobody else he was vying for but Venetia. So it was it's kind of like I was
unspoken rule, like unknown. Yeah.
Yeah, because like he never mentioned anybody else. It was okay if he would have said Kyra throughout the day. He said, you know what? Yeah, I'm interested in Kyra. I'm interested in Shayna Things, even though it is a dating show. But every week he kept saying it was Venetia, and he always moved on Venetia. So now all of a sudden you just say Kyra. So
I'm with you. It definitely had me looking at my TV like, now, like, let me rewind this because I clearly misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's my bigger problem. Here's my bigger red flag and concern. Venetia said we have had multiple issues.
Yes.
How many issues have y'all had in the last couple weeks?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, how many red flags do you get to see from him before you are like, you know what? Maybe this isn't a good fit for me. Because if you said like, oh, we've had multiple issues, we've had multiple disagreements. Y'all only been together, well, and y'all aren't even together technically, because she made it very clear, like, we're still going through this process. So they haven't solidified anything. But if he's giving you this many red flags this early,
what make you think he's not gonna be that in the past?
Exactly. So that's the part that got my wheels turning. I was like, so what has he been doing? And then the fact that, like you said, when the thing about dinner happened, and he was like, "Oh, you should have known." Like, okay, that's odd. But then, how many other things has happened that we don't know about that happened behind the scenes? Now, one thing I didn't like about last season was there wasn't much behind the scenes anything, because there was camera footage. Like, you were able to see other interactions, other things that they were doing, because they were showing it. Because it sounds like him and Kyra was talking outside of the show, although they may not have went on any dates together. It sounds like they were at least communicating, which we hadn't even heard of. Like, I didn't even know that they were texting each other.
Yeah, it was blindsided because he never said it.
So it's like something that you didn't know, like, oh, like we don't know that they're still texting, that stuff is going on kind of behind the scenes or whatever. So it's also like, okay, didn't even know that was an option. So it definitely threw me off. But then I was like, Vernisha, how many red flags is he giving you? What else has he done? Y'all had multiple issues, so spill the tea. What else is there? Let us in on that, because I want to know.
Yeah, to me, in the first sign that you have an issue, that's what we developed, that miscommunication. You jumped off the bed and threw her to the side and say, Kyra, what the point? It's like, make me seem like, okay, if we have issue in our real life and we now cameras around and we have a disagreement, you go walk out the house and have sleep with somebody else in outside in the street because you just upset with me. That's what we're gonna do.
Yep. And you know what I find was real funny, was like real interesting, was the fact that Joelle said, oh, this is the one argument we've had. This is the one issue that we had. But Vernisha said, oh, we've had multiple issues. He on one and you on multiple. How is that a thing? Like, are y'all two like, so things are bothering you and you're pinning it up and you're not telling him? Or is he just ignoring the fact that you're telling him that there's a problem? Because how is he on one and you're on multiple? Like,
yes.
I was like, sis, there's something else you need to tell us, sis.
Yeah, we need something, because right now it seems like all the men in this freaking show is very superficial.
Lies. The only man I like is Chris.
Yes,
Give
Chris
his flowers.
Chris.
Chris
is the only one, except for Chris. I was say, except for Chris. Chris is the only one who got substance. Everybody else seems like they thinking they're just to play the game, which is fine. That's the game, but you shooting yourself in the foot, but not trying to be serious. It's like, like you knew it was an issue when you mentioned Kyra or something. What about she would say somebody else? And she was all on you throughout the whole season. What about she would have said AJ? He would have been like,
what? But that sounds like what Kyra is doing between Jason and AJ, though.
Yes.
It sounds like Kyra is picking AJ. I mean, is picking Jason. She's choosing Jason, but she got some things going with AJ.
She really
so it sounds like that's what Kyra doing. So I don't know. This all seems very seeking sister wife throuple couple-ish to me. But hey, people,
Kyra's the name we keep mentioning. This is her right here. I mean, y'all mostly saw my live, so y'all must know who they look like. But I just wanted to make sure people missed it. Let's move on.
Wait for this reunion.
Hello, Joel. Yeah, he disappointed me. He disappointed me. That week of Swap is it ought to go far so much. Like, you cute and all, I could ride you or punch you in the damn face at the same time. Like, listen.
He gonna baby you to death.
Yeah, no baby.
He gonna hit you with that New Orleans.
Come on now, yeah.
Baby. He's gonna hit you with it.
Gave it too easy. That was a quick ass makeup. Maybe because you need to, like, you can't be mad because you had no other connection. It was only him, so you had to say, you know what, whatever. And then that kiss was cringeworthy because it's like it was mostly on him. Like he didn't want to kiss her. I said,
but do you think it was because it like truth or so it was to me? It was either gonna be one or two ways. It was either one gonna be A, very cringy, or B, it was gonna be y'all need to get a room that is like extra.
Yeah.
Those were my only two options. It wasn't just gonna be we sit here and hold faces for 10 seconds with people watching and counting down and cheering, because that is very but I was like, it was either gonna be really awkward and cringy or really like y'all need to get a room, because that right there is some other like
for real.
okay, you know what I mean? So I was expecting it to go one or two ways. That was it.
Yeah,
that was it. It was either cringy or
the cringy way, because that definitely was uncomfortable to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about David and Liz.
Oh,
and a little bit of Jason. This is Jason here. Jason, this is David, and let me show you Liz. Liz is here. David is another one that I was very pissed off with for a little bit. Not pissed off because I started to see who he really was, because throughout the season, remember, his ex-wife had an interview and she mentioned how he was. And based on this last couple episodes, I believe everything she was saying. I believe it. I believe everything she was saying. He's very controlling. He definitely wants to know and control your life. He needs to be in control. If he's not, he will lose his ish. And that's exactly what happened. And if his ego is fragile and you break that ego, oh yes, he gonna freaking throw you in the wolves like a freaking high school boy. And that's exactly what he did. And in a way, you put yourself in a competition, a show competition, when you know that people are vying for each other chance of love, that you so get hurt of a kiss. Yes, I understand you might have feelings for her. You could kiss somebody else. She probably might feel a little slighted. But at the same time, she knows it's a competition. But the way how you handle that was so freaking F-boy-ish. Seems like a freaking school hurt boy who just got his freaking some girl you crushing on to tell you no at a freaking school dance. Now you all, oh, your pussy stink. This like just what type of stuff they would say. Yeah. They would get hurt and just crash the woman. I love it.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play. I was not expecting you to say that.
And like they would say something like that. Y'all know boys will say that something. They will all you, and once you reject them, you was the lowest of the barrel. That's what your thing is. That's why I like you. That's no self-respect. You was like that, but you was crushing on me when I was want you, right? So that's what happened. So Jason and Liz went on a date. They kissed and everything. She told him in private because she said, you know what? She had to tell him that. It's a competition. She didn't have to tell him that. Just like you said, we don't have to tell you everyone who are top all the time. We don't have to tell you who we going on a date and kiss because this is the competition. You know the game. This is what it is. You didn't make me your number one. You indecisive. How you indecisive for the one chick who wants you? You had nobody else. You connected with nobody else. How you indecisive with that one chick? I want to take it slow. You only want to take it slow.
He had Kyra. He also had Kyra. He had Kyra. Because remember, they was swapping drinks.
He did say Kyla.
I'm gonna get a little sip of Daisy.
Yeah, he did say Kyla. And I'm gonna say, hold up. You never mentioned Kyla. You never had a date with Kyla before. That all of a sudden it's Kyla. So that's what I said. That episode where all the men were saying, most of the men were saying Kyla. I'm saying, what? All right, so she told him in private. She said, I will let you know that I went on a date and Jason and me and him kissed. But my heart is really with you, David. So he said, cool, there's no issues. It's all right. Thank you for telling me. He went to his friend, they friends, because it was an episode that the men friends will come and screen the females. And he said it was not shown to us, it showed to us afterwards, but on the scene it was not shown. But he brought up the kiss in front of his friends. And at that time, she didn't feel safe because I told you something in confident. You clearly say you was not bothered, but now I see you is clearly bothered by it. and then you brought them to friends, and the first time they meeting me, you making me feel like I'm a slut. That I'm going out there screwing anybody. And then when he met the ex, and Clarence, I like that Clarence. He said, hold up. And he was good looking too. He was like, hold up. What you didn't protect her. You did not protect her. You threw her in the wolves and make it seem like she was a slut bucket. And you said, oh, well, I try to make it safe. I try to make it, you didn't. Because the first time you told them about a kiss that it was totally your confidence. So you didn't protect her. She didn't feel safe at the time. And you didn't pick up no cues that she was felt uncomfortable by you saying that to your friends. He's like, oh, well, now. So when it comes to elimination, he chickened out. He said, oh, because he knew he effed up. He knew he was about to go home because that was his only link to staying on the show was Liz. You effed that up. And now it was a double elimination that night. And we were talking about Ron because they both got eliminated that night. And he said, oh, no. She was trying to talk and he took over her. He said, oh, no, no, it's okay. No, it's all right. She said, let me talk. You're a gentleman, right? You're a man of God, right? Let me talk. Let me talk. I'm a lady. You should let the lady talk. He said, no, it's all right. He tried to hug her. She said, oh, don't be hugging me. All that stuff. He said, I'm going to eliminate myself. I said, because you know you was going to go home. So you going to try to eliminate yourself and not trying to have this girl have her word in and try to tell how she feels. I said, David Boy, bye. And I said, that's clearly, they go back to what he was saying about the passwords and stuff like that. It comes to in full picture at how he feel like he needs to control everything. He needs to know your password. He needs to know your banking statements. He needs to know all that because he needs to have you in his wraps. So you won't step out on him and you're a man of God. And then he said, enemy. Going, what enemy? Who the enemy you were talking about? Liz? At the end, I said, who was the enemy? I wrote in my notes. Who was the enemy? Liz?
Liz is the enemy.
Boy, bye. How you feel about David in this Liz situation?
When he stood up on Liz and was like, let me talk, I was like, oh, bruh. Yeah. I was like, oh, you got the right one. Because out of 40.
Oh, well.
But, you watch David spiral. You watched him unravel. We watched him ever since that kiss. We have been slowly but surely watching this man unravel. Like he couldn't take it. He was hurt. He was spiraling out of control and losing his ever-loving mind. When he said that, she is the devil, like the enemy. I was like, oh, he grasping at straws now. Yes. But I'll tell you this right now. I had to go Google Clarence, but he is married, honey, because I sure had to go look. When he was like, I got alpha energy. He was like, I don't know how to be weak. I was like, yes, let me go. I was like, who is this? Who is this? I was like, oh, he married. Okay, never mind. I was like, shoot. But he was like, I got alpha energy. I don't know how to be weak. Like, yes, honey. Yes. But even in that conversation, he was like, oh, let me talk. Let me talk. Let me ask you the question. When was the last time y'all was intimate? Like,
why you need to know that? Because you clearly was bothered by the kiss. Like,
exactly. And when he asked, he was like, oh, is Liz a safe space for you? He was like, yeah. She's definitely a safe space for me. I was like, are you a safe space for her? He was like, absolutely. He was like, but you didn't protect her. Oh. It's time for me to go now. I was like,
yeah, he got up. His
slip is showing. Ooh, he is unraveling. Slowly, he just keeps on and keeps on. I can't wait for this reunion. Yeah. I can't wait. I wonder if he's gonna show up.
He better. He needs some dragon because that ex-wife, when the ex-wife came out, she sprayed some tea and light on the situation. Now we seeing exactly how he is, and he tried to make it seem like he was that standing good guy, crying all the damn time. The reason why you crying so damn much because you knew your emotions not on intact, and you rabbles when you're not in control. See ya. So that was that with those two. Another big problem with this Alexis and Vaughn. Let's do Alexis and Vaughn. Alexis, no fly Jones. She always thinks she fly, but she is not fly at all. But let me see. Alexis, right here at the top left.
Can we do Alexis, Ron, Amber, and Chris?
Okay, yes. Yeah, let's tie them together because they does tie in together. Alexis, this is Amber. This is Vaughn, right here. This is Chris. All right. So Alexis, and let's tie in AJ as well. This is AJ right here. AJ.
It's like 6 degrees of separation.
For real, right? So, let me take this out. Let me see her face. Alexis here. She is battling between Ron and AJ. Ron chose Alexis over Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum, she got eliminated. I don't care about her. That's why I ain't talk about her. She got eliminated. She let go. She was not into this process. She acted like she was too good for anybody else. Like she's the it bomb boom coon. Like you all this prissy. She didn't want to hug Chris. Like all that. Like yes, she was acting like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
My mother wanted to bring home something beautiful from Italy.
Like she was like all that. I said, girl, get yourself home. That's why you was never. That's you not ready to. Oh, I know I'm ready to love. I said, well, he's not on here. Not on here at all. Not on here. So we ain't gonna waste our breath for that girl because she thought she was the bomb. She thought she had it in the bag. So now that it's on Alexis, they met up with the they seem to talk about each other. Sneaking on the phone at work. Yeah, so Alexis wants this clear validation. That's nothing about her. She does need validation. And it is an issue. It is a clear issue because if you're a fly bit or be like you say you are, then you need no validation for anyone. You know you fly. You know this. You call your Alexis Fly Jones, so that Fly Jones is all about a state of mind, not about what you're wearing. Even though that fly and what you wear doesn't match together. So, but we would say it's all you stay in mind. So you don't need a constant validation. So I do get
my question is, who calls you Fly? Who calls you Alexis Fly Jones? That's my question. Who really is calling you this name? Because are they calling you Alexis Fly Jones because you look like a bug and you just think it's because you look so good? Is that why they call you Alexis Fly Jones? Because I refuse to believe that somebody is calling you Alexis Fly Jones because you dress so fly, you so confident, you just fly above these heifers. I refuse to believe that about you, honey. Because you need all the validation. So
yeah.
I'm wondering, but
so she wants that so bad. Like she wants that so bad. So she went out of the double date with Liz and Jason and her AJ, right? Because now Vaughn is at the picture. Because at that time, let's go over Vaughn. That little boy, I call him little boy, because he had that date with Alexis and her ex, right? First of all, he was kind of like, oh, you zoo religious spirit on you. I said, what was that? Like, you so hateful about the religious spirit. I mean, remember, he said he went away from that path. He's in a completely different side. So you said Alexis is the type of person who will get you to the other side. Just like the ex said that Alexis was the one who helped me got to my path. It's not like saying that Alexis is all holy mother superior who judged everything, because she said her things too. But at the same time, she has a spiritual connection. Who do you connect to when things that you can't control? Yes, you go get you a go-getter. You can be a go-getter. But you can't be a go-getter when somebody has cancer. You can't be a go-getter when somebody has something that you can't control. So who do you pray to? Who do you connect to have the spiritual background to help you guide to things that you can't control?
Lucifer. I got the answer. Lucifer.
Yeah,
because that's exactly where he belongs. In hell. That's exactly where he belongs. Where he at?
Yes, right? He said, I don't pray. I do this. I'm like that. I was like that. You go pray, and I can go get out, do this. I said, yeah, you go get good with the money, but spirituality and stuff like that, you have to play some things. You need to have a spiritual background. Nobody said you have to be religious, because not everybody are religious. Some people are spiritual. I'm more spiritual side. I don't go to church like that, but at the same time, I do pray. I do believe in a higher power. But I think so. Nobody said he had to have all that. But at that time, he was really like very condescending. Like, it's this, that. Y'all got this. Y'all this religious thing.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I wonder what he did when he was in jail. Did he pray to God then? Because I mean, he said he went to jail when he was like, because people tend to find all types of religion when they go to jail.
That's what I'm saying.
But
You was
did you meet Allah then?
That's
that
what
you
I'm
was
saying.
praying in.
Well,
Praying you didn't drop the soap and you saved your virginity. I don't know what to tell you, sir. But I refuse to believe that you wasn't in that little 6x9 cell praying to somebody. Go back to business, sir.
That's
Fool
what I'm
me
saying.
not.
And then when she went to try to eliminate him, because that was the demolition, David and Ron, he was very condescending. Oh, I thought you were smart enough than that. All the ladies agreed that you're not ready to love, but Lex got to be smarter. I thought you were smarter than that. I had high hopes for you. You're not the type of woman I thought you would be. All that was very condescending. Alexa took it in stride, but that's just that. He belittled her. Now she want validation for AJ. I said, Alexis, come on now. Granted, maybe because she feel like, yes, this man is burning her. Do I look like? Do I am not the type? I'm not good or worthy. I need a man to tell me I'm worthy. I said, girl. And then he dropped the ball when he went out because he wanted to be a punk petty boy and tell her, oh, let you know, oh, your friend Amber, oh, we went on a couple of dates and we've been talking every day. No, we were talking all the time and we kissed. Boy, he said that shattered Alexis' whole world. She couldn't let that go. Alexis, you're in a competition, but she's another one who thinking that she wants the number game. I need to be number one. I need to be number one. I need to be chosen. I need to be number one. I need to be number one. I need to be number one. I was like, okay, girl, like calm down. But yes, Amber is in the same competition as you. Y'all could be friends in the show, but y'all still vying for the same men. So whether Amber kissed him or not, I think whatever is anybody's game because you can kiss whatever you kiss. He did that because he knew it was going to rattle her feathers. And he played the game. And she was clearly hard to bother. So now she just checked Amber. She just go after AJ because he wasn't returning her phone calls and texts and stuff like that. She was asking because she needed validation. I need you to tell me I'm good. And all that stuff like that. And he wasn't responding. Now AJ, on the other hand, AJ know he liked the woman's chasing him. He loves the woman to chase him because he know he had to give much because woman had to be chasing him. So when she was going after him and saying, you don't communicate, you don't talk to me, you were withholding, emotional withholding things, he said, oh, yeah, you overreacted. I said, no. Yes, she needed validation, but she wasn't completely wrong when she was trying to tell you that you is withholding stuff on her. Because remember, he's still dangling Alexis behind because he really wants Kyra. So when men who want someone and have another option, he will keep that option dangling and withhold a little bit. Just keep you know. Remember when he kissed her? Because Alexis was like, I need somebody. I haven't been kissed by you. I feel like I could easily fall in love with you. And he said, let me shut you up. Let me shut you up. And shut her up, right? And kept it in the game.
But is that any different than what she was doing between Ron and AJ?
No, it's not different.
Is that any different?
Not different.
All right. Well, all right, then.
Not different. But at the same time, she does have a valid point on what he was saying, when she was saying about how he is dangling between those two people and he wants the female to chase him. Because AJ is not a good catch to me. I don't know why Kyra is so going home trying to hold on to him because he really want Kyra. So why just no tell Alexis like, yo, and he really don't want to say nothing. He said, oh, this is an old, this is a new, this is that. And then he said a bare minimum to make Alexis feel like, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not mad anymore. Girl, you should still be mad because he still was playing the game. He wasn't being truthful, but whatever. All that stuff. And that. So then she went after Amber. She said, And this is what I ain't like what Alexis did. Granted, yes, Amber kissed Ron. It's a competition. I don't care about that. It is a competition. It's whatever. Amber, yes, Amber, you spilled everybody tea, but you didn't want to spill that tea that you were kissing Ron. Now, you didn't tell Chris. I hope Chris was like, oh, we need to talk about this because I don't think Chris knew. All that stuff like that. And I think Chris is secure enough to like be upset about it, but they said, damn, could you have told me, girl? Like, yeah, the interest and stuff like that. But then again, Amber's playing the game. Just like she played the game, but just like the men are playing the game. And she said, well, we're good friends. We talk all the time. And you never tell me you went on a date with Ron and you kissed Ron. So when I see this, I look at you as a Judas.
Mm.
That's a fall week like that. A Judas? Girl, you lost me, girl. Like, really? I understand how you might feel, but at the same time, it's a competition. You were just dangling two men. So how the fuck is... All right. Yes. All right, Lexus. She about to get me there. So how the hell you got that pissed off well and called her a Judas? Like, you was doing fine with that. Like, Amber said, hold on, let me talk. Yes, Amber might have to explain, but she don't have to explain to you anyway. She didn't have to explain to you anything. Because it's a competition. But at the same time, they'll call her a Judas like that? Like, really? No, yes, they are friends. They are friends, but at the same time, it's a competition. They're all vying for each other. So you could be friends with someone, but you all vying for the competition. So it's like Amber is just playing the game just like everybody else. Maybe she's gonna should have told Alexis. But I guess people saying in off cam, Ron said he been told well, he did say Alexis Billy already knew that he kissed Alexis. Or Amber. She knew about it already. So she might act like she brand new, like she never heard about this. She said, oh, yes, she been new. We would find out in a reunion if she actually really knew about it or not. And she playing it all brand new. But I said a lot. So how you feel about Ron, Lexus, AJ, Amber, and Chris? Amber and Chris is like a good match to each other. We'll see how that goes. He's into her. She likes him. She wants to be a mother more than being a wife. So he want 5 kids. She said, oh, I'm good with that. I said, girl, Amber, you good with that? I remember she was saying, hey, if I had some more kids, I won't be in the office that damn much time. She is a DA, remember? All right, so how you feel about all that?
I have so many feelings, and they kind of conflict. So help me work through these, right?
Right.
Okay, so to start off, we had the conversation between Ron and Alexis.
Okay, yeah.
And Ron was so disrespectful and so like condescending and just was taking so many digs and jabs. I was like, oh, you showing your slip. Okay, I see you. I see you. Okay. And that was the thing that she had that she was starting to see, and that they kept telling her, like, you, and what I didn't understand was he knew how religious she was. She has made that very clear from the beginning.
Yeah.
She is very religious. Why would you think that this lady was gonna be something that she's not?
Yes.
Just for you? Because he was saying like, oh, you're gonna be my Michelle. Remember that? Like he was all, oh, she's gonna take me to new levels and blah 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 blah. I think Ron and Chrysanthemum are perfect for each other. I think Ron and Chrysanthemum are gonna be great. They're both shallow, baseless people. They'll be perfect for each other. Hopefully they get together and they work out well. But then when it comes to Alexis and AJ, I don't think it was right for her to say, oh, me and Ron just went through this and let me call him to tell him what Ron did.
Okay.
What? Oh, I needed to talk to him about, you ain't got no friends? Because that's normally who you would call. You would call your friends. Now, I can understand you calling AJ. I can understand you calling AJ to say, oh, you know, he was very disrespectful when I told him he was not ready to love. I could understand her telling him that part. Yeah. But needing to go through the blow by blow with him of what happened and this and that and stuff, I didn't understand that. I was like, who calls
details? Yeah.
The other to go through this process with him? I was like, that doesn't seem like something that you would call your guy to do. But then I started to think maybe she would normally have that conversation with Amber, but then she found out what she found out with Amber, so she couldn't call her and talk to her about it because secretly. Now, what makes me feel a little kind of ways with Amber is the fact that she was like, we're friends. Y'all ain't really friends, girl. It's a TV show. Move on about your life. But the fact that y'all talk about this guy, you had said you didn't have an interest in him. Because Amber said she didn't have an interest in Ron, right? You knew I had an interest in him. I cried to you about this man. You know what was going on, how I was feeling about it. Then you go on a date and you kiss him and don't tell me. That made me look at her with the side eye. Oh, yeah, it's a TV show, it's this and that. But if you told me, oh, you know, you're not interested in this person, I don't have a problem telling you whatever because to me, you're not a vibe. You said I'm not interested.
My back and tell, I understand that. Yeah.
So it's like, But at the end of the day, girl, it's a TV show. It's a game. Like it's a competition. Everybody wants to win. And I think Alexis's like her need for validation and her need for people to tell her that she's good enough or she's great or she's wonderful is the thing that's going to turn AJ off. Is because she needs that constant. Oh, it's okay. It's good. You're good enough. I'm happy with you. Blah, blah, blah. She needs that constant validation because when they was talking, he said like, I don't want to keep having these same conversations with you. And then in her confessional, she was like, oh, well, we kept trying to talk, but the conversation wasn't getting anywhere. You think? You're having the same conversation with this man over and over again. He is not going to chase you. He has not chased you.
Yeah, he gonna shut down.
He's not chasing you. He's never chased you.
He never chased
Why
women.
Would you think he ain't chasing? Well, no, he chased Kyra because he did.
Oh yeah, he chased Kyra.
Yeah, he chasing Kyra.
He chasing Kyra. That's the only one who chased.
That's the only person he really chasing. He likes you. You cool, but he's like, if he's never done this, why would you think that all of a sudden he's gonna start? Oh, because he kissed you that one day on a group date.
Yeah, he played the game because he knew he was gonna shut her up and get her in the good graces.
Exactly, because
he know what he's doing. He did that a couple times with Alexis. Shut her up, put her on his lap, kiss her, hold her.
Exactly. So it's like at some point it turns into, okay, this all to me seems a little funny, suspect. I'm looking at you with the side eye. But when I stop and I think back on it, Alexis has always wanted to be in everybody's number one. Alexis is the only person I ever remember constantly asking people, like, am I in your top? Am I number one? How do I rate? Like, so she's been doing that since, I could remember her on the show, like from the beginning has been like that. That she was very, I'm number one. Who am I? I am the best. Blah, 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 blah. But I also find it funny that Amber was the one who told on Vernisha and Joelle that was Amber who told that. Because Amber was like, oh, did you tell that Kyra was your number one? That was real funny that Amber was the one who said that. But then Alexis Fly Jones, sure enough, told that you was kissing on another man. It's like, your business came out.
Yeah,
so you might want to be careful.
You spill your own tea before somebody else spilled it.
So now, isn't it funny that y'all also that she was making comments about Joelle not telling Vernisha that she was not the number one anymore, but you didn't tell Chris that you was kissing somebody else.
Oh, you went on
a date and was kissing somebody. So look at the double standard. It's wrong for Joelle, but it's right for you. Heifer, you was just as wrong as the other one was. You was wrong, honey. You was wrong. I have watched some of their lives, and Amber did say that she is happy. She did find love on the show. Well,
she didn't.
She did. She said. Oh, okay. She said she's happy and she found love on the show. We just have to wait and see. But she didn't say like if it was with Chris, if it was with somebody else, because now I'm starting to think that a lot of these people are going on dates and they're just not showing us.
Yes, I was saying. I said, what's going on? A lot of these dates.
I think a lot of people are going on dates, but they're not showing us. Like, I think they're going on dates in their off time, like, just randomly throughout the week. Yeah. Because Kyra said that she had just as many dates with David as she had with Jason. And I don't remember seeing her going on a date with David.
No.
I don't and that's the thing. She was like that, they would just call randomly and be like, oh, I'm off work. I'm here. I'm there. Oh, you want to meet me here and go get something to eat real quick? So it wasn't even like the cameras were showing. And apparently a lot of them did that. So now I'm starting to think like there is a lot more backstory and more context that y'all could be giving us, because I didn't even know some of these people was like somewhat interested in each other, or they was even talking or texting or all of that. And it's like, is the editing just that bad? But maybe it's not that the editing is bad. Maybe it's that they didn't call the camera people
Yeah, they ain't
to go
telling
on that date. So
Yeah.
I was like, see, Amber is smart. Amber was like, I'm not calling this camera crew to come on my date with Ron. I kissed this joker off camera. I ain't got nothing to worry about.
I have to tell you.
I ain't got to tell you nothing.
Petty ass motherfuckers who wanted to tell Alexis that they did.
Listen, look, no face, no case. You didn't see me. Run the video. Where's the video? Oh, there ain't no video? It didn't happen.
Show me the receipts. That's not
exactly. There. So I'm starting to think that, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on outside of the thing that they're just not calling the camera crew to film. So we're missing extra dates, extra calls and texts. You know what I'm gonna need them to do? I'm gonna need them to give, like, I'm gonna need them to take their regular phones and give them phones that the camera people have access to, so we can see the screen recorders of some of these text messages. Because apparently, if y'all talk every day, if y'all talking texting all the time, then there's something going on that we just don't know about. So let us in on the secrets, honey, because there's a lot going on in the background.
For real. Because a lot of them are saying they be talking a lot. I said, since when? We haven't seen that. So it was like, I was like, okay. Out of that, they should have after show updates that let us know who doing what after behind the scenes, so we could get
exactly like, oh, this week Joel and Kyra went out. This week Ron and this person went out. This week this and this happened. So at least we have some context, because we don't know who talked to what. We don't know what's going on. We all in the dark. But then again, I'm wondering, like, I guess the other people are in the dark too, because Chris didn't know that Amber went out with Ron.
Yes.
So maybe everybody is kind of in the dark. It's not just us and the camera crew. They all finding out together. But again, I was like, So the more I look at this cast, the more I think of this cast. Who do you think the final 3 couples are going to be? And do you think they're going to stay together?
I don't know. So the only 2 couples that's clearly defined with no other competition with them is Chris and Amber and Joel Venetia, because they don't have nobody else right now. Jason's battling between.
Are we sure? Because apparently Amber was making out with Ron, and we didn't know that either.
That's what I say. If she go to you and say, "Oh, me and Ron is together," I said, "Girl."
Exactly. That's what I don't know. Like, she didn't say I made it to the end of the show. She said, "Is she with Ron?" Like, I don't know. So many questions.
So at the point of this show so far, we had Amber and Chris and Joel Venetia. Now, the people who was battling and trying to mess up, Jason could choose between Liz and Kyra. I think Kyra is more interested in AJ, but she still have a guarded up with him. So she using Jason to say, okay, he's a good guy. He could help me and stuff like that. And normally I won't go for Jason. I like an AJ type, but AJ is not giving me what I want. I know he's not fully committed. I think he's playing the game. So, but she wants that. But I said, I don't know why you giving a chance to a guy who told you need to step up your freaking traditional values or change it. So since then, that was turned off. I said, girl, why give him a chance? He just told you to change your traditional values because he couldn't pay. So that will happen again in the future because he don't work hard for females. Females go after him. So it's like he gonna continue doing that. And he just playing the game on camera because he know he to change up how he approach things. But Ava clocked him on it. He said, you used to people coming after you. You don't even have to break a sweat. They just throw a whole titty at you, you'll be fine. That's what it's like. So it's like, so I think if this goes well, I think JJ should stick with Liz. I mean, I think they would be good for each other. He might be good with Kyra. because Kyra got no financial management skills, and I don't think she would get that from AJ. Maybe he would do so. Maybe he know how to work money, so maybe he could help her with that.
He broke. He couldn't even pay for a date. I'm gonna tell you, AJ spent all his money on that date with Kyra, and then the next time he went to go out, he sat down at a coffee stand with somebody. He sat down, and then he went to play beach volleyball. All free shit after that. He spent not another dime. Everything else was free after that because he ain't got no money. He's broke.
So I think Jason stick with Liz, because I think that would be a good Karen. Whether they stay together or not, I think they'd be good at this moment. Let Kyra go with AJ. I mean, I think AJ might be next eliminated, because if they do another elimination, he may be next. I don't know. I'm not sure. He may be.
Wait. I can't remember if they do 3 couples at the end or 4.
They do 3.
I thought it was 4.
They do 3.
Oh.
They do 3.
Okay.
So if it's Jason and Liz, if AJ get eliminated, then Kyra might get eliminated, because if AJ's out the picture, if Jason chooses Liz, Kyra got nobody else. So if those two get the next elimination, then it will be leads down into Amber, Chris, Venetia, Joel, and Jason's and Liz. Now, Venetia will say, you know what? I don't want to deal with Joel anymore. Maybe he's too many red flags. I don't want to deal with you. But so far, they be clicking together. Amber, Chris, Jason, and Liz. That will be my final 3 prediction. Whether it will go down like that, I don't know. But that will be my final 3 prediction. I'm hoping. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I just hope that's my last 3 decision. And where they stay together, I don't know. Amber and Chris could stay together, because it seems like they got a lot of similarities. They understand each other. I thought Amber was going on with the lie, just going on a lot and saying whatever that he likes, that she likes. But it seems like she likes the same thing he likes, and she's okay with a lot of stuff. So I think they'd be good. Jason and Liz could be good. Joel, Venetia, I think they may break up, even though they might stay together for the reunion. They might break up because there might be more stuff to it. And even though he was a good guy he's compared to a good guy, and his only the way he ended his process because his wife died. But maybe he probably had some issues with his ex-wife before, but she died too. So it was like, we don't know. That'd be my prediction.
Okay.
How you feel? Same way?
Pretty much, but I think Jason is going to choose Kyra.
You might choose Kyra.
I think
it falls on the Kyra to make the decision between AJ and make Liz get eliminated. Oh, that'd be another choice. That could go another way too, yeah. We'll see.
I think that's where it's gonna go, because the way Jason talks about Liz is like,
it's more about her body, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes. It's not
definitely. But of course, Kyra, because they are. I don't think Kyra would have gave Jason a second look if it wasn't for this show.
Uh-huh.
I really don't. I don't think Kyra would have ever looked Jason's way.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not even close. But I think that if Joel's kids like Venetia, it's going to soften and change him about Venetia. Because I really think for him, it is really more so about his girls and what's best for them, what they want and what they like.
Kids can do like him too. Yeah.
Yep. So if his kids like her, then I think that he will make her more of a priority than he currently is doing. And I think that's the piece that she is missing, that he isn't necessarily making her as high of a priority as she is making to him. But I think that's just, I'm not going to go all the way in if my kids don't like you. And at this point, I don't think they've got to that point. So I don't know if his kids even know anything about her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the kids thing is going to be what either makes or breaks those two.
Mhm.
I'm
Okay.
with you. I really want Chris and I would love for Chris and Amber to work out just because I want Chris to win. I want him
And
to
he's the only
win
good guy of the
so
show.
bad.
Well,
Exactly. Like,
he's himself. He's truthful. He likes what he
I
likes.
know.
He's successful.
I know.
And
I
5
like
kids. I don't know if I can give him
it.
5 kids, but I would give him some kids if I was able to be one.
5.
I love 5. That's too much. You don't have me playing over there every year. Shit.
Mm. Mm.
He said, let's keep it with 3 or 2. You get one boy and one girl. We good with that. Yes. So that was the end of the lives and everything. Tonight in the panel, we have another hour left. It could be a short, it could be fun night. It go talk about, Joe Biden, our president, he wants to have vaccinations done in barbershops and beauty parlors. He will make that initiative.
Makes sense.
It could make sense, but I don't like that. We'll talk about that.
Look, they come to where where I live, they come to where you are. They do vaccines everywhere here. They be like, oh, they don't care where you want to go. Okay, cool. Like they like home health aides at this point. They just show up. Like,
so you will do that, and we also talk about some homophobic people who's doing something. They got blasted in the boat, or whatever. What happened. So Neil might spearhead that because I didn't read the article, but I'm gonna read that in a few. That, and then we're gonna talk about the Monique and more in a little bit depth in her situation and stuff like that. Because the panel has things, and we're gonna end with the game the similar that we did in my live, the game F Buddy, threesomes, and one night stand. We're gonna do that. It's gonna be more.
They better not let you pick the people.
I pick all people. I pick all the 4 that we had, and I added extra 4 pairings. So we gonna have a good time, y'all.
Setting them folks up. You was setting them people. You was setting them up.
Yes.
Oh,
so we'll do that, and I will lead the game for tonight too. We'll end with the live with the game for tonight panel, and I will lead that. So we do that, but we'll have a light panel tonight because this is only like 2 or 3 topics we're gonna talk about.
Light panel, light. Yeah. I played that game with you. Ain't nothing light about that game. Game is treacherous.
Had a good time. That was good. So we're gonna enjoy it.
Treacherous.
But I appreciate everyone. Like always, I appreciate Tracy for joining in and making this live interesting. This is my first time I stream on both YouTube and Facebook. So a couple people on Facebook came on live and commenting. So I appreciate y'all joining in. Dakota, CM, always. I know my other people, they come in because I guess they preparing. It's a nice day. It's the summertime, so it is what it is. Again, next month, Sunday at 4 o'clock will be Mizzle Social Corner, and we will talk about traditional and modern men and women. Mizzle Social Corner and Mizzle Talk will both be on Sundays at 4. It won't be no more lives on Mondays until further notice, until maybe when I get a bigger platform and get more people, then we might separate it. But Sunday seems like it'd be the most interactive people who come in my lives, and I think I keep it that day and leave Mondays out for any collabs in the future, Instagram talks, and we talk about Instagram because I sometimes might do live on Instagram and we have a good time. I cut up on Instagram sometimes, so too. Yes. So see y'all. Thank you. Have a good rest of the day. Enjoy the weather because it's nice now. I might step out a little bit to get something to eat something. So enjoy the weather. See y'all in an hour, and talk to y'all later, all right? Peace. Now everybody out with the outro, and I might change the outro or something like that soon because I gotta go back on my thing and change it up a little bit. All right, everyone. Bye, Facebook world. Bye, YouTube. See y'all later on. Peace out.